Let me fade out the crowd here so we can start our broadcast. Good morning, everybody. There's Pearl Jam and Tom Petty doing The Waiting. As I say, good morning to Vic Henley. How are you, Vic?
And you can't go wrong with Petty. We were just discussing that.
Well, I
cannot go wrong ever.
No.
As my brother would say, he's like a sore dick. You can't beat him.
Nice. On the weekends, I get up nice and early. I beat the kids up.
All right.
I don't beat the kids up.
No, I don't.
Okay. I wake up before my kids is how I should have said that. So it gives me a couple hours to myself, and I always go right to Netflix, and I look for documentaries. And there's like a 4-hour Tom Petty documentary. I think a little less than 4 hours. So I invested. That was a 2-dayer.
I was going to say you had to break that up.
I had to break it up because as soon as the kids are up, it's all about them.
But still, that's a lot of Petty. That's plenty though. I could do that.
Yeah, and then I listened to the Tom Petty channel on Sirius XM, and then I was YouTubing Tom Petty songs. Just freaking, it was a Tom Petty weekend there.
Well,
Vic
Peter
Henley.
Bogdanovich directed that. They just showed up there.
Oh, really?
He's a very famous Hollywood director. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, The Last Picture Show and
right?
Oscar nominated. Yeah, that's crazy good.
Yeah, it was a very good doc. It's called Running Down a Dream. It's the whole history of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
I was telling you that Spade did him on Saturday Night Live.
Sure.
And the hat that Spade is
the
wearing,
magical hat.
My buddy Norton stole that off the bellman's head at the Marriott Marquis in New Orleans at the Sugar Bowl in 1983. And when Spade started doing stand-up, I told him he was doing the Petty thing, and he had the glasses.
Yeah.
And he'd do this, and I'm like, go to the carpet store, get some shag,
yeah,
and duct tape it to your face for the sideburns, and I'll get you the hat. And he's like, where are you going to get the hat? I'm like, I've got the hat. My roommate was still at Auburn.
I got the hat.
I'm like, that's my hat. That hat was stolen off the bellman's head.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God.
We're looking at the hat when it was on SNL when David Spade used to do the Tom Petty impression.
I was laid up with a woman somewhere at the time, probably someone I was married to, and I was watching that. I'm like, that's my hat. And the girl went, no, it's not. I'm like, bullshit. My buddy Norton stole that hat.
No one believes you that's your hat?
That's from the Marriott Marquis, Sugar Bowl 83, Auburn beat Michigan 9-7.
Where's that hat now, you think?
Spade's got it.
Well, tell him to give it back. He's not doing the impression anymore. That's a very famous hat.
That's not the hat, but that one. That's
that one, the gray one.
Yeah, the gray one. That's the hat.
Oh, no kidding. I don't believe you either.
I swear to God. I don't give a shit if you do. I know it's true. I know it's true. I do not care one bit.
You just know in your own
it's
head
fucking
that
true.
It's true.
We scammed stealing it because we thought the guy would run us down. They wore these tuxedo. They wore the long gray tux tails out front of the Marriott.
Sure.
And I went up in the corner. And my other brother went down to the other side. My other friend and my friend Norton's like, all right, I'm going to run by and I'm just going to snatch it off his head. And when he chases me, you guys step out from around the corner and like bump into him, do the slow, hey, sorry, and bump him, do the knocking. And the fucker didn't give a shit. Norton went by, snatched it off his head, kept running, and the guy just stood there and laughed. And we wore the hat in the French Quarter for the rest of the night.
And then you gave it to David Spade.
And I gave it 2 years later. I gave it to Spade.
Very cool.
And so, yeah.
All right.
It's totally true.
I actually believe you. You've told me that story.
He had those glasses. He had those glasses somewhere. He got those at a convenience store in like Scottsdale, Arizona.
I don't see the carpet.
He
on the
didn't
side
do the. He would do it on stage. He's on SNL by now, so they're doing the makeup. They've given him the real. But he used to put. I had the fake shag sideburns when he was. He was a prop act.
David Spade was a prop act.
Spade was a prop act. He did impressions.
Does he want the world to know that he was a prop act?
He doesn't care. He'll tell you. I'm sure he'd tell you. He did a Casey Kasem impression.
Yeah.
He took out an ear of corn and would sing "Corn in the USA." And he did stalker corn.
Oh God!
No, he was a prop act.
All right.
He had several. We all did. I did Jack Nicholson. It was horrible. No, it was a who's who of awfulness.
All right, turn around and get your Jack Nicholson ready. Turn back toward me and let it fly.
I can't
let it fly.
I can't even do it anymore.
If you're acknowledging it's really bad,
I couldn't even do it anymore.
Turn around and get a character.
That was what Dennis Miller. Now I'm looking at Dennis Miller,
and it sounds a little like this.
Yes, and Dennis Miller used to do that joke. He would say, "I used to do. I would juxtapose people from history.
Yeah.
So what if Andrew Jackson?"
Oh God.
Sounded like Michael Jackson.
Right on.
And then it might go, I'm not fucking doing that. That's what he would do every time. He acted like he was going to set it up, and he was like, I'm not.
Fuck this.
I'm not doing that anymore.
Well, that's how we start. Tom Petty with Eddie Vedder and Pearl Jam, The Waiting. God, Eddie Vedder loves what he does, huh?
It's
so obvious.
I had someone sent me a Pearl Jam thing where someone threw a shoe at him in the middle of the show, and he's singing and he catches the shoe, and still and the shoe. He
worked it into the song.
Someone threw a shoe at him.
You find that video. He's drinking out of a shoe. That was a little tradition that we had in my family.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Drinking out of the shoe?
Well, I don't even know how it started, but I know at the time somebody in my family was getting married, and my 85-year-old grandma at the time, she didn't play. She was right in there drinking out of the shoe. Basically, you took the guy's shoe off that was getting married, and then you passed it around and filling it up with beer.
Ooh,
on the dance floor.
That's bold. That is bold.
I would love to think it's bold. I mean, if we were going to do it the right way, I wish we would have got like someone's dirty sneaker from home. It was
still a guy.
It was a shoe you're running for the day. It was part of your fucking your outfit, your wedding outfit. So it was relatively clean. And then you present the shoe on the dance floor, and you pour the beer in, and one by one, everyone would chug out of the shoe.
All right.
So
that's very white trash. That's completely.
Yeah, it was.
That'll get you into Calhoun County, Alabama.
But there's Eddie Vedder drinking out of someone's shoe that was thrown on stage.
No, he worked it in. It was totally.
Yeah, right on.
I was somewhere in Indiana when this happened, I think. That's all I remember.
It's 1993.
Yeah, I think I was somewhere in Indiana.
Shoe the shoeless. What does this mean? What is this? Did you find the shoe part there, Paul? If you find the shoe part, let me know. All right. I was going to take off this whole week, Vic Henley. I'm happy that you could do some radio with me.
Well, I was down in Alabama, so I sat there. I just got back last Thursday.
You were in Alabama.
You said your my mother's 83, and I was sitting there with her all last week, Monday through Thursday.
Your mom?
Yes.
And
every day I got up. We had sausage balls, and I drank coffee. Nice. Sausage balls, with the Bisquick and the cheese and the sausage.
She was eating sausage balls?
Oh yeah, we had, and she's mad because they're seasonal, so she can't get them. They're only they come
How
in.
Is a sausage ball
I know,
seasonal?
Right? It's Tennessee Pride sausage balls, and she's got you can't get them at Walmart until football season starts. I can't get them till August.
What makes them seasonal?
Because they're tailgate food. It's literally for the fall and for the ball games and shit.
So what's in a sausage ball? You
can make them homemade. It's Bisquick and sausage and cheese. That's it.
That's it. That can't be seasonal.
Yeah, that's it. I know, but they pre-make them now frozen, and you can get them. You can get them already done.
I would assume if you like something like that, you don't need a football game to enjoy it.
She's very angry about yes. I listened to this for two of the 4 days. I sat there and listened to her bitch about I can't get sausage balls because they're seasonal. And I'm like, why don't you make them anymore? She's my aunt. She got arthritis.
If you're lucky enough to live a long life, your life becomes talking about food and gas
and
prices.
Who died. Everybody died. And we're riding around. She's pointing out houses. And, they're died and he died and he died.
My dad had a weak moment. But he looked at me one day and was like, this fucking sucks. Everyone around me's dying. All his friends. My dad ended up going to a wake, it seemed like, every week for a while there. There was like, when you're younger, I guess we got to update it, but it used to be in your mid to late 20s. You spent your summer just going to weddings.
Sure.
Remember, it wasn't just one. It was like
no, you're right. Yeah,
one after another, after another. Blah 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 blah. When my dad, when he was in his 70s, that whole concept turned into going to a wake every fucking week or every other day he had like a 2 or 3 year period there that's all he pretty much fucking did.
Now my friend's dad died, we found out yesterday, and I was talking to them all. My mom's the only one left out of her group. All of her brothers and sisters, she's the only one left.
At 83, eating sausage balls. Good for her.
Oh yeah.
God bless her.
Drinking black coffee.
Tell her to keep fucking eating those sausage balls. It's working for her.
And so my middle brother came over, and we went crazy and went sausage and biscuit.
Yeah.
Nice. We we abandoned. He was mad because we ate all the sausage balls and we had to go sausage and biscuit for him.
Sausage and biscuits, that's nice too.
She was very specific. She's like, go in there and get Pillsbury Juniors. They're juniors. Don't get the regular flaky. They're buttermilk flaky juniors. Now, if I got to go in there with you, I'm like, I think I can goddamn read the word junior. It's in green writing. It's in green writing.
Oh, Christ.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. She's worth $1 million. I sat there and laughed at her. Because it's me. I'm sitting there looking at her going, okay, this is really sad. This is what
Does she get out of the house still at 83?
Oh, yeah. She goes around and drives. She still drives.
She's driving still.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You know.
God bless her.
No, and she's a good driver.
She's a good driver.
I'll let her drive. I'll ride.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God, I will sit up front and let her drive.
I remember that gray area when my grandma would still be driving us from like Wading River back home.
Her dad.
On Jericho, I think it was Jericho Turnpike. I'm trying to remember the highway, but I remember that gray area where it was like, I think it's time someone tells Granny that it's time to give up on the fucking car.
Her dad lived to be 99, and I was in the car with him, and I wouldn't ride in the front with him. He's 93, and he's driving around.
93 driving?
He's driving around, and I'm in the back seat, and a car T-boned us, and had I been sitting in the front seat where I normally sit, I would have been hammered by the T-bone on that side. And he's like, he turns around, he goes, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. And he's like, goddamn good thing you're riding in the back. I knew you were scared of me for a reason.
And how old were you?
No, I was like 12.
And he was 93?
Yeah. He would be 99.
Wow, your parents allowed a 93-year-old to drive you around at 12?
He drove, he got in a wreck about a month after I was in the car with him, with not my grandma, but his wife. He remarried at 73. My grandmother died when she was 65 and he was 73.
Yeah.
And a lady moved next door to him, and he came to my mom and goes, I'm going to marry the lady, just moved next door to me. And she was like 53. He was 73. Wow. He was 20 years older than her.
Wow, good for him.
So after our car wreck, he got in another car wreck with her, and that was when they took his driver's license. They finally said it's time. Enough's enough. And that car wreck was not his fault. He got a huge settlement for that.
Oh my God. A huge settlement in 93.
He got a huge, he was like 94 by then.
Wow.
And got a huge settlement, and then they went to the old folks home right after.
How old did he make it before he tapped out?
10 days short of 100. 99.
No kidding.
10 days short of 100. Made it 99.
What did he say? Fuck it?
He was at the old folks home.
Who can't survive another 10 days if you're that close?
He died on Christmas Day.
What the fuck?
He died on Christmas Day. He was wheelchair dancing at the old folks home in his wheelchair.
Right.
They have the Christmas party at like 10 in the morning at the old folks home, you know. And he's a sucker for Christmas. He always liked all the Christmas. So he was out there, and all the nurses, my mom and my uncle, went to see him at around 9, and they were all laughing at him out on the dance floor, wheelchair dancing and singing all the Christmas songs. And he's like, I'm going to go in here and take a nap. And she was like, I'll come back at lunch and see you later. And he went in his room, laid down, and died 10 days short.
Wow.
Yeah. He died on Christmas. That was fine, though. He danced.
I don't know.
Had a good Christmas, went and laid down, died. That's fine.
I think you wanted to fuck up someone's Christmas. Now every Christmas you remember the old geezer.
No. It didn't
10 days short of 100.
Yeah.
Was the planning happening for the big... Nothing.
No. Hell no.
Oh, all right.
No, he didn't care. He was fine, though. He didn't know. He was mean. He had no Alzheimer's, no dementia, nothing. Just a fucking mean old man.
Sounds like your accent's a little heavier because you were in Alabama.
It's probably.
You probably picked up on a few.
My buddy Norton was there. My Norton was there. I was with him for 2 days.
Yeah.
And so we were. The cops followed us in a bar.
Right.
They upgraded him to a Mercedes convertible at the airport. I went to the bathroom.
Nice.
I went to the bathroom and came back, and he's waving the keys at me, and he had a hardtop 2-seater Mercedes, and so, but you go into our town with that, the cops are going to follow you around for 4 days.
Oh, really?
And it's got Florida plates on it.
Wow.
And I'm like, we might as well have a joint painted on the side of the car. They're going to follow us around.
That blows.
The whole time. So we left it there. We parked it out front of a bar and just left it there for 2 days.
Yeah. All right.
And then Ubered.
So we got Vic Henley today. I was supposed to take this whole week off, and Norton made plans, and then I realized, oh, that's right, my kids are still in school, so I'll just be sitting around my apartment like a dummy, so I might as well do a few days of radio this week.
I'm sure the people that listen to this show are happy.
No, they'll figure out a way to bitch about it. You're only working 3 days this week.
Right, exactly.
Actually, I was supposed to be off. I took off for my birthday, which was yesterday.
And what did you do?
Well, Vic, I cleaned up puke, if you need to know.
Stomach flu again?
If you need to know,
It was stomach flu the last time I was in here, I think.
we did a little trip to Long Island, doing some visiting and looking around a little bit. And then on the way home, my son decided he needed to puke all over the fucking car.
Car sick or sick?
Car sick, yes. Some of those fucking roads on Long Island are very windy. I forget about that. That doesn't work with kids.
Yeah, my friend's daughter gets that way, and same thing. With any trip, an hour, 5 hours, it's going to start.
It's the windy roads. Well, they got all the distractions now. They got a little TV in the car. They got their iPads, but we filled them up nice on some pasta, and then decided to drive home.
Some gravy.
God, it wasn't
some
smart.
gravy.
Yeah, it was not smart. So my birthday ended with me cleaning up puke. If you need to know.
Oh, that's not
nothing glamorous here.
I was going to say that's not a good birthday at all. Really.
Don't think I'm living the life of a rock star.
Did the kids do something for
not.
you? Did they make you? Was there any daddy homemade cards?
Well, they decided to buy the same card. The exact same card. So I got two cards.
Really?
Yes. So it was one of those. And then mommy writes what they want to tell me, which is kind of nice.
That's fine. No.
And then they drew it around and stuff. And my daughter bought me horrendous sunglasses.
Oh, that's cute.
My wife thought it was hilarious.
I was going to say, right. And you should wear them.
I'm wearing them.
You have to.
I'm wearing them. And my wife goes, they're not that bad.
No, I was going to say you have to, though.
They're CVS sunglasses for like $7, whatever the fuck.
My friend's daughter brought me a Tinkerbell T-shirt, and they were at Disney World, and she's like, I said something about liking Tinkerbell, or who doesn't like fairies, and she brought me. So then I wore it. I had to wear it, and I'm going through airport security, and people are busting my balls right and left, and all I can say is, look, hey, a 7-year-old girl gave me this. I have to wear it. What are you going to do?
Well, no, you have to make believe you're wearing it. You don't actually wear it.
I don't.
You put it on like, oh, I love the shirt, and then as soon as you turn the corner, you get that fucking thing off.
How old's your son?
He just turned 6.
Okay.
His birthday's close to mine. So, and my daughter's 3.5. Yeah. So we're in it.
Is he finished? So you said he's first grade?
No, kindergarten.
Ah.
Yeah, he just turned, kindergarten.
How's his vocabulary?
He's doing very, very well. Very, very proud of the little fucker. The little fucker.
That's well said.
He's taking over my fucking life. What happened to my life?
Yeah, you only had 12 years left.
I used to have kick-ass birthdays, and now I'm cleaning up puke in a car.
Yeah, you got 12 years left. And then she'll be 15 in 12 years, so that'll be a joy.
Fuck.
Yeah, that'll be a real joy. Well,
I've said it before, being an older father, that's one thing I'm glad about. When my daughter starts bringing guys around, I'll be too fucking old to give a shit, thank God.
My brother was mentioning, I saw him, my older one, when I was in Alabama, and he reminded me of the first boyfriend. He didn't even know the dude's name. He just called him Jughead for like 3 months.
Really?
And then the kid was going to do some yard work for him and called him on the phone and said his name. He went, hey, Mr. Henley, it's Tom. And he went, who? And Tom. And he finally went, Jughead.
Jughead.
My brother was like, oh, okay, we get over here at 3 o'clock. You're right. Get over here.
Yeah. God.
No, it's going to happen. You're going to.
I know. I'm not.
Both my nieces are hot and gorgeous and smart. One's 30 and the other one's 28.
They did all right.
They did fine. They're master's degrees, no pregnancies, nothing. Everybody's fine.
And women are starting to take care of themselves these days, right?
I hope so.
When we were coming up, it was a little rougher on women.
No, I'm telling you.
Than it is nowadays.
My mom was pregnant with my brother at 16, had him when she was 17.
That is unbelievable.
Right. And she gladly tells the story, has no problem with it.
That's horrifying to me.
No, it was terrible, right.
That is horrifying. Yeah. So, who knows?
It's Alabama. It's on Wednesday.
Right.
There's nothing to do. Don't go down there and see that guy with the motorcycle and the leather jacket. My mother's like, let me get down there as quickly as possible.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's... You gotta let them do a little of everything. So you say, don't do that. That's the thing they want to do.
Romeo and Juliet.
I figured that one out.
No, we were talking about that when I was there, and I'm like, how did you do this? You're sharp. And she's like, well, I don't know if you know this, Vic, but 16-year-old girls know everything there is to know on the planet Earth. So I was not going to listen to anything my mom and daddy told me.
But she knew she knew she could get pregnant.
No, she knew everything and didn't care.
She just said, fuck it.
Yeah, didn't care.
Fuck it.
No, right, exactly.
Give me some sausage balls.
Exactly.
Fuck it. High school girl allegedly filmed having sex with 25 boys on Snapchat in school bathroom. What the fuck is that about?
Florida.
Is that Florida?
It says Fort Myers. Yeah, that's Florida.
Is that just Florida action?
I think that's the typical everything crazy happens in Florida.
You scared me for a second because that lady looks like it's the Chewbacca mom. Oh, it's hilarious. She put a Chewbacca mask on. Did you see this dumb thing?
No.
Has over 1 million views on Facebook.
Oh, that?
Huh?
I haven't seen it. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, my God. This thing is everywhere. Mother wears Chewbacca mask. Most viral Facebook live stream yet to date.
Just because of this?
Yeah, just because of the... You haven't seen this? Oh, shut up. All right, here's a...
Now you got the trailer for
Here
pets. Here we go.
Hey, I'm really excited to share with you something I got. Okay, I went to Kohl's today. I had to make a couple returns. Stuff didn't fit. Surprisingly, it was a little too big. Thank you. I know some of you may be thinking the opposite. Shame. No shame. It's all love.
We're all thinking they're fat.
So, here's what I found when I was at Kohl's. And I'd like to say that I bought this for my son that would really, really want it. And let's be honest, he'll probably compensate. That's a word, right? Okay, so
just put on the stupid mask.
However, this is mine. Like, when it's said and done, at the end of the day, this is mine that I bought. And I'm going to keep it.
No, keep playing this. I want to suffer through this.
It kind of has Star Wars. You're getting a little hint. Okay, so you want to see what I got?
She's excited.
So great. I can't wait to show you.
Oh, God. I thought she just put on the mask. I didn't know there was a big build-up.
You have another like minute and a half with
rejoicing
her.
my birthday. And so here's what I got. I'm going to take it out of the box. And I can't wait to show you. Okay, I'm in a parking lot and people are literally looking at me like crazy. I don't even care. Okay, so here it is. Hold on. It may be a little tight. It may be tight on me. I got to undo it just a little bit. Hold on. Stay patient, people. Stay patient.
God.
This is going to be worth it. I promise. Maybe not, but
Her tattoo says Brave.
Is that what the tattoo says?
I think it says Brave on her forearm.
I thought it said love.
Is it love or Brave?
Here's
Love.
I'm having trouble getting
Brave
it.
love.
Okay, patient. All right, we're doing good. Okay, so this is what I got. Once again, this is for me. Not for Duncan, not for Cadence.
I don't know who Duncan is.
Cadence.
Cadence?
She said not for Duncan, not for
Cadence. At the end of the day, it doesn't go in their toy box. It goes in my room.
It's a hell of a name.
Here we go.
Right.
I gotta take off my glasses for it.
Oh, God. I thought she just put on the mask. I didn't realize there's a 4-minute video.
Okay,
She's snorting, too.
so,
All right, she puts on a Chewbacca mask.
now watch when my mouth actually moves. That's not me making that noise, it's the mask! Here, listen.
That's frightening. It's very scary.
Are we done? Is that about it?
Got like another minute and a half.
That's hideous.
Oh, I'm such a happy Chewbacca!
She was on James Corden last night.
I know, she's been everywhere.
Really?
You see her?
Seriously?
You see her fucking giant fucking chin hanging below the mask?
She's going to be sitting with the Roots on Fallon.
She's been everywhere. This video's been everywhere.
Next to Questlove.
This fucking video's been everywhere. All right, let's get rid of this fucking thing.
Good God.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know why we just played that. Why did we play that? How did we?
Because I haven't seen it. And
you said the mother of this story looked like her.
Oh, right. Thank you. Yeah, the Snapchat lady. I saw Breuer wandering around outside. Let's get Breuer in here to join the party. So, yeah, the birthday was good. Mellow, nice, relaxing.
Now, so she took him to the card store and said, pick out a card for Dad.
Sure.
And then they got the same. They just got the same one.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
They went easy on you.
Yeah.
But that's,
Yeah, it was wonderful.
I was at my friend's house and the mom did the writing, like you said, that she puts in the card. And I thought the kids, I'm like, wow, they're really advanced.
Like
I was so stupid. So
here
he is.
I thought you guys knew each other.
I love him. him.
Brewer, very happy to see Vic Henley. That's nice to see.
Good to see you, man.
That is nice to see.
No, I used to do the show with him all the time.
Oh my God!
What do you mean? What show?
When he had a show here, I used to come down there all the time.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, all the time. Yeah, absolutely.
Those were the early days.
I loved when Vic was on.
Yes.
When we were fighting it out with Brewer back in the old days.
You were losing. You were losing.
Huh?
We were winning. You were losing.
I didn't know you did Brewer show.
All the time, yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
I was annoying on there as I am on here. I've carried it through for a decade.
I see.
What's going on?
Nothing, brother. How are you?
Your name comes up all the time. I'll be on the road.
Yeah.
Somewhere like, he's a great, have you ever, Vic Henley? And I'll just go, Vic Henley.
Fucking Henley.
Vic Henley.
So I thought about you through the whole playoffs last year with the Mets. I thought about your mom down in Florida.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
His mom, his
right.
mom, because he used to tell me that there were Cubs fans that lived across the street. And his mother would motherfuck the other lady.
Sure she would.
She would yell, "You goddamn Cubs, Mary."
Janice, I thought it was
You
Janice.
son of a bitch.
No, she was always 3-2, Janice. 3-2. 3-2.
That's it, Mookie. That's it, Mookie. Goddamn Cubs, I hate them.
Would she get a bullhorn or anything? Or just...
No, we were actually neighbors, and there was a fence.
Oh, very close.
And so she would go against the fence and yell at them.
Oh, wow, old school.
Yeah, she hated them.
Right up against the fence.
No,
Yeah.
I used to cry. I'm like, what's going on? I would always ask him, I'm like, all you got to do, don't worry about what's going on in the show. What's your mom doing with the Cubs fans?
What year?
Bang. Right
87, 88.
Yeah. Oh, that's a strong time.
No, I know.
86 was the strongest, as we know.
It's 86 weekend this weekend. It's Shay all weekend long.
86 weekend?
The 30th anniversary of 86.
That's right, starting Friday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Guess who's throwing out the first pitch Friday night?
Are you really?
Yeah. Fuck, it's gonna be sick. And I didn't even know it was 86 night.
Holy shit.
The record comes out.
Oh, really?
No, the record comes out May 27th. No, wait, maybe we can do a throw first pitch? And they went, how about the night of the show? Okay, I mean the night of the day of the album. Right. Sure. And then I went, hey, can I get like 8 tickets? And they went, it's sold out. I went, sold out? Against the Dodgers? They went, no, it's 86 weekend.
Holy
They're giving World
shit.
Series rings out.
Replica.
First
Really?
15,000 people. Like, what?
Holy crap, that's awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
What day is that? That's
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday night. You want 8 tickets for the 86th night.
I didn't know. I'm like, can I get 40 tickets?
Yes, right. I got people coming in from Scranton.
Right. So what happens on 86 weekend? Obviously, they're going to have a whole bunch of the guys coming out.
Yeah, everybody's coming back. And
Some ceremonies.
Strawberry, Doc Gooden.
Right.
The whole, everything.
We've had those guys in here. We've had Strawberry and Gooden in here.
What'd you think of Gooden?
Let's see. Which one is the very religious one now?
Strawberry's very religious.
Was
now.
it Strawberry or was
Strawberry's
it Gooden?
religious?
Yes, he's pretty religious. He lives in St. Louis, I'm pretty sure.
Strawberry was the one who came in with his wife?
Yeah.
And she sabotaged the interview by saying God a lot, and we're sitting there like, fuck, we want to hear some Strawberry stories.
Yeah, he doesn't like telling them.
He doesn't
party. He doesn't tell party.
He was
Daryl
pretty much
stories.
telling us he's done with baseball.
Yeah, he
Doesn't
didn't.
follow it, doesn't go to the ballpark. And then I think the day after our interview, he's at Shea Stadium.
See, now this is interesting because I went to, they had a little 86th reunion night.
Yeah.
And it was at one, and they would section them off in certain tables. And Strawberry, Kevin Mitchell, and Elster.
Sure.
Kevin Elster?
Yes,
Kevin Elster.
Absolutely.
And Elster was ripped out of his bird, and he made those two so uncomfortable because they would ask, and the two of them clearly Mitchell was nuts too, and he's like, well, and he'd be like, let me tell you something about these two motherfuckers. He was smoking indoors. He was hammered. Him and Wally Backman. We couldn't stand them up at the end of the night.
I love it. That's
They
great.
were ripped. Kevin Elster was grabbing me. He's like, "Yeah, motherfucker, you fucking funny." Let me get a picture, and he's taking a picture, and cigarette's a millisecond from my face.
Oh, that's wonderful.
No, it's absolutely fabulous. That is too good to be true.
Who was on the '86 team? You had
Carter, Tim Tuffle,
Gary Carter was there. Tim Tuffle,
Lenny Dykstra, the financial
Nails
fraud.
was there. Sure.
You know, you're boring the shit out of everyone outside of the tri-state area.
Fuck no, man.
Hey, that's a good team.
You got
man.
your mom
That was a
yelling.
great team.
You got your mom
team.
yelling at the Cubs fan across the fence. How's that boring? And then you're asking for
That's true.
You're asking for 8 tickets for '86 weekend,
Not knowing.
I had no clue.
That's great.
I'm scalping tickets so I can get people in my booth.
Any other game, they would give you 8 tickets in a second. What you've done for the Mets organization in the last couple of years.
I was working with Rob Bartlett. We're in Toledo, Ohio, and the gig is in the hotel. So he's on stage, and I'm going up to my room and watching the game and coming back, and then running behind the stage and whispering, "It's 3-2, 6th inning,"
Oh, wow.
and giving him the updates. And I'm like, "It just went through fucking Buckner's legs!" I'm screaming from the back of the stage. And he stopped the show in Toledo and went, "Hang on a second, ladies and gentlemen." He walks back and he's like, "Did you just say?" I'm like, "Yeah, you just fucking heard me correctly. The Mets won the World Series."
Wow.
That was the greatest ever.
And we were in Toledo, Ohio. He's from Queens. He's a huge Mets fan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bartlett's a big Mets fan.
Yeah, that didn't win the World Series, though, right?
There you go. This is Mookie
Well,
right
no,
there.
but yeah,
they had a
go Game 7, right?
Right.
The new Range Rover Evoque.
All right, that's unbelievable. That fucking play, ridiculous.
Yeah, that might have been the greatest moment in baseball history I've ever seen in my life.
What, going through the legs?
Going through the legs.
What about Kevin?
Ask Boston that.
What about Kevin
So,
Mitchell?
I mean, Boston got their World Series a couple years later, so they got
now
over
they're
this.
good. Now they're fucking good.
They're fine.
Kevin Mitchell caught the ball barehanded. Do you remember that? I think he was with the
do
Giants.
remember that.
I think he was with the Giants at the time, but he left field. He caught the fucker. He's running towards the corner and snatches up with his offhand and catches it.
I do remember that play.
He looked like a hood.
Yes, he was
Kevin Mitchell?
Yes.
Yeah, he looked like the ringleader. Like he was like, meet me in the back. Meet me in the back. I got a bag of goodies.
He's in Omar's
Oh
on the
shit!
wire.
Yes, he caught it with his freaking hand.
He looked like a guy that baseball was just a hobby for him. You know what I mean? He had so much other shit going on.
He was a bad.
That was
bad
his
man.
distraction.
Right. Oh, wait, I got to actually play some baseball. That's right. So you're throwing out the pitch on Friday.
Yeah.
Have you ever thrown out a pitch yet?
I have. I'm cocky. I'm throwing it right. I'm going to be good.
Do you go all the way to the mound? You don't.
No, I go in the mound. Matter of fact, last year, you'll like this.
Yeah.
This brought out the white trash Long Island in me.
Yeah, great.
As I'm, I don't know, whatever DVD I got coming out, and they got me throwing out the first pitch. Now, there was also some kid, whatever was going
Wrong
on
with him?
Huh?
There was something wrong with
Yeah, there was something wrong with the kid. So it's something wrong with the kid today, and he's throwing out the pitch.
You were trying to talk around
Trying to be nice. No,
I-
trying to be nice about it.
I don't mind people being nice, but I was just trying to figure out what he was getting at.
Sure.
We could keep with there was something wrong with the kid.
Something wrong with the kid.
Okay.
And he goes, so the father, and they're behind the screen, behind home plate, and they go, Jim, you're throwing out the pitch. Make sure you do it from the grass. I said, I'm all right. I'm fine to it. No, you don't understand. You don't realize how far it is once you get there. I said, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. So he keeps saying, you're not going to be able to do it. So I go to the mound. I throw the pitch. Do I walk to my wife? Do I walk to my kids and everyone I grow up with? No. I go right to the screen like, you just saw what happened, right? You saw what happened, right? That's exactly how I said it to him.
Smack talking the fan. And rightfully so.
That's all I cared
And
about.
rightfully so. No, of course.
Wow, look how cocky you are. That's obviously before you threw
Yes,
the pitch. You're
that's
like,
before I
fuck
threw the
this.
pitch.
You got your hands up in the air, peace signs, and well, devil horns. I guess we'll go. No, I think
No,
they're
they
more
were peace signs. I don't know why I had the peace signs
More
up.
peace signs and up in the air.
Yeah, I was cocky.
And then who are you pointing to before you threw the fucking pitch?
The Met dugout.
Oh, okay.
And this year I'm going to throw it in the Dodger dugout. I'm going to get a whole bunch of press. I'm going to throw it right at Utley.
Oh, nice. That would get the people talking.
What's up, Rick? And I'm going to get a whole bunch of...
Hey, man.
I'm going to get a whole bunch of publicity.
Come sit with us, brother.
Sit down, meatball. What's up, Richard? He's getting married, this dummy.
I know. He showed me the picture when I last saw you guys on the road. What's up, Richard? How are you, buddy?
He tried to send me to Mississippi a few years ago.
Wait, you know him too?
Yeah, he tried to send me to Mississippi a few years ago.
Right.
I'm not even fucking going near
I forgot your last
Mississippi.
name already.
Aronovitch.
Right, okay.
Okay, so it's security.
Very funny comic who has been with Jim Breuer for a long time.
A couple of years. Of years now, right?
Been
I
a
would
few
say
years, huh?
3 years?
3 years.
February?
Sucks. He's starting to work a lot. It's really annoying. I have to find some other dummies to go on the road.
There's plenty of hacks.
Last time I saw him, he was stuffing cash in his back pockets, trying to help Breuer out a little bit.
Oh, let me tell you something. Me and Rich.
I don't even know if we should talk about that.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
I'm not telling you what venue. I see Breuer here and there. Whenever I can see Breuer, I go see Breuer. He's one of my favorites of all time.
Let me ask you.
That is a fact. And a friend. But last time I saw you, you have a guy, Richard, who's hilarious in his own right. He does a good 20 minutes up front, and then he helps with the merch, and then he really helps with the merch because he's shoving money in his back
got him
pocket.
selling T-shirts.
Right.
You really have him selling T-shirts.
Well, DVDs and stuff.
You get a piece of the
I
T-shirt?
get a piece of it.
Really?
Yes. He gets a
I had
piece
the
of it.
option. There wasn't like, do this. It was like,
All right.
He offered.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, I'll give you a percentage.
All right.
And then what would happen is we'd play certain places, and like we take 15%, 20%. So
Richard is
and I said, no, they don't.
but you understand. Hold on a second. Rich is on a path. He's on a righteous path the last couple of years. So he goes out of his way to do things that are just right and not just. He's living a moral path.
Okay.
Not born again or nothing,
I
but
don't
living a
believe
moral
you.
path.
I don't believe you, but okay.
And
We'll just say trying to even out the score.
I know old Rich.
yes, I know you do.
Exactly.
He has plenty of things to even out for.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. We're trying to get to minus
Right.
almost zero.
That's right. I'm Mr. Libra. I know how this shit goes one way or the other, and he's way behind. So I understand what you're saying.
I'm trying to become a Libra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to get even.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway.
So the first time we did it, you know, I said, Rich, I'm really sorry, but I can't give you a big percentage because they're taking 15. Unless, unless
You don't have to say anymore. Don't blow up your spot.
we
Just
just
keep it at unless.
we'll just keep it as unless. And I have to honestly say, it's like, oh man, it makes me feel guilty. I'm like, they're taking your money.
Yeah, now I'm like, let me see the contract. Let me see the contract.
Okay.
Show me where the percentages are.
Right.
And stupid me, I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, I think this guy's ripping off Breuer.
Now,
I've known Breuer a lot longer than you, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And then then stupid me figured it all out.
Okay.
I'm like, there's an unless happening here.
All right.
Right.
I want in
Unless.
on this. I want in on this.
This goes in
when
that
he can't
drawer.
Make it, when he can't make it, sign me up.
And sometimes it's more than the actual gig is paying.
Oh, wow. No,
Yeah,
totally
I don't know
sign
if that
me up.
says more about the gig or
quality of your show.
or more about you. But,
Right.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
I never believed in. I always felt corny with the merch thing, but whoo boy,
No.
that is huge.
No, I know from the
can't-
Ron White shows.
You
it's the
can't
same
feel
thing.
corny about it now
Yeah.
that you're a rock star, too.
I don't.
That's how these bands make all their monies through selling their stuff.
Let me tell you something. When I'm on the road with this album, I'm gonna be standing by the front door with the
course.
CD.
Of
Hey,
course.
picture $3,000. You want to go on the bus? You want to tour the bus? It's another
1,500.
Yeah, whatever.
You're going to have a rock bus?
Yeah.
When is all this happening?
I won't announce it till like the winter. We're gonna get together and
Oh, okay.
figure out a
So
whole.
you're still working the whole thing out?
Yeah.
But dude, so far the songs I've heard off Songs from the Garage, Jim Breuer, holy fuck, this thing is really good, man.
Took forever.
Really fucking good. I played thrash for Vic Henley right before you
Yeah,
got in
and
here.
you've been. I don't
Yes.
want to say tinkering around,
Yes,
but
forever.
we were in Aspen in like 2003, and you played some music.
yes.
You played some music for the HBO festival that
That's
year. So
right.
and we were at Bonnaroo.
That Bonnaroo was
at the
great.
He was at the Bonnaroo that I was talking about where Petty was
I
there.
remember he was fooling around with this in the late 90s, too.
Yeah, nice.
Wiffle ball.
Yeah,
99.
we had a wiffle ball tournament at Bonnaroo.
Of course you did.
And we had everybody in the world joining in. It was just a freakazoid, idiot train wreck.
The
but
best,
it was really,
though, is Corielli.
Yes, Pete Corielli.
Who's clearly disabled.
Yes. There are multiple things wrong with Corielli. We don't have enough legal pads. We do not have enough time or Sharpies to write down all the shit that's wrong with Corielli. That's true.
He's clearly
handicapped.
Just the way Vic just explained it.
Yeah.
So I would sit there and I would do this whole thing on the mound where I'd go slow motion and then I'd twist my arm and
whole Bugs Bunny.
All Bugs Bunny. And
Bugs Bunny.
His eyes couldn't focus and he was getting pissed and he couldn't hit the ball and it was driving him nuts.
Getting really angry.
He was getting so angry.
It's the most anger you ever seen at a wiffle ball game. No one's ever mad at wiffle ball. He gets mad at wiffle. No, Corielli livid, because Brewer's whipping him with a goddamn wiffle ball and he can't goddamn hit it.
You still got a good pitch, Brewer? Nice slider.
I got a nice slider.
Nice slider.
Yeah.
It's hard to have a fastball in wiffle ball.
It's important.
Hanging curveballs and all that shit.
Yeah. Have you started watching the Mets yet?
Nah, a little bit.
I've been watching them.
A little bit.
Because my Braves are going to lose more ball games. My Braves are going to lose 125 ball games.
Where are they at right now?
They're 12 and 30.
They're in the past. That's what they are.
They're going to. The Mets have the record for most losses. The 62 expansion Mets are the most losses. I think 120. And I believe the Braves are going to lose 125.
Wow, they're 12 and 31.
They're fucking horrible. It's
12.
Mets are 26 and 18.
They were 9 and 27. So they're 3 and 4. In the past week.
They haven't even won 10 games in the first 40-something games.
They didn't even they had 11 home runs total, like a week or so. No, they're horrible. It is
and that was with a wiffle ball.
That's a long year when you already know you're out of it.
No, it's back to the 80s.
It's May and you already know you're fucked.
Their magic number is pi.
So now they're going to be playing in front of nobody, too.
No Braves joke. Sorry. Sorry. I never do my act. It's sad.
I don't know how you get up for these games when it's this early in the season, Brewer. It's rough.
Dude.
It's rough.
They're exciting.
Yeah, when you're winning, it's easy. No, it's easy to follow because every game counts. What if they only win the division by one game and he's the one that's going to be paying attention going, it was May 24th and fucking sack fly.
I'm telling you.
I understand, and you're throwing out the first pitch. I was reminded that Gooden came in here and told some stories. As well. And he was telling his down and out stories where he was like spilling his guts, and it was the same day that David Lee Roth was in here. Getting excited at Gooden's stories, like all happy, not really, not picking up on the vibe that Gooden is spilling his. There it is, like look at this, fucking David Lee Roth and Doc Gooden in the studio at the same fucking time. A horrible time. I was in prison for 10.5 months. Yeah, whatever.
Oh my God.
We can tweet out that video, but yeah. But David Lee Roth thought these were the greatest party stories ever, and Doc, like, no, Doc's like, I'm telling you how bad it could get out there.
Rehab kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you don't understand.
I ain't got nobody.
Oh my God.
He wanted to high five Doc Gooden. Doc Gooden wasn't having it. He was excited. Whatever. Okay.
Didn't I tell you a story? With Doc, I did the Mets.
Wait, Jay Moore was in studio too? Jesus.
Where's Jay?
On the couch.
Sitting on the couch in the background.
What the
Jay
fuck?
on the couch.
That's hilarious.
Jay Moore, David Lee Roth, and Doc Gooden. Could you play a little of this for me?
That's a who's who.
Only makes perfect.
Yeah, start from the beginning.
Go, and it's weird to see such an iconic figure go. You're like, oh my fucking God, that is what happens. Like when you keep going.
Oh, it was a horrible time. I mean, I was in jail prison actually for 10.5 months.
Oh my God.
It's tough to go to prison at any time in your life, but to go in at 40 for the first time, and have little kids, and daughters especially, where if something happens, there's nothing you can do.
Wow, yeah.
You only get a 15-minute phone call per day, and if you miss that time, Big Bubba ain't gonna give up his time.
Right.
You're done. That's just the way it is.
How did they treat you in jail? I mean, was it...
Look at David Lee Roth.
Was that,
He's just like bored to be there.
A little bit of both. When I first got there, I think it was a situation where they wanted to see...
All right, it just goes on and on.
Man,
We'll tweet
I was-
it out.
I was
haven't
into
seen
it.
a video in a while.
No, exactly.
Oh, really? You want more of it?
Oh, I was listening. I was like, tell me what happens at 40.
Yeah.
The way they made it known that in here, there's no names.
Right.
You're a number, and you're no different than the other guy. You're going to pick up the trash. You're going to do it when I tell you. You're going to shower when I tell you. You're going to wear what we tell you to wear. You're going to clean up the yard when we tell you. You're going to eat when we tell you. And you're going to eat what we tell you. So it was a whole big adjustment. But I just came in, tried to be as humble as I can, and just kept my distance from everyone. And as the time went on, you start to kind of, I wouldn't say fit in is the right word, but you came to kind of adapt a little bit on certain days. But certain days you thought you were going to lose your mind.
Wow.
It's because you're coming from. I mean, for jail for anybody.
All right.
Yeah, I got it.
You good, Rich?
I'm good. Okay. I got it. I don't want to go to jail. I got it. Let's keep on this righteous path.
Whatever age.
Yeah.
Stay on the
fucking 40.
Stay
Jesus.
on the good path.
Yeah.
Where were you trying to send me in Mississippi? Do you remember this?
Yeah, I don't. I think it was.
How did you
it
get a
doesn't
gig
matter.
in Mississippi, though?
Well, I work. I'm from New Orleans, right?
Okay, all right.
So I usually try to work there once a year.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be there, and I think someone fell out, and I knew that you were down there.
Yeah, I was down that way.
With Madigan, I think.
Yeah, totally.
And so I went, oh, I like Vic. And I said, maybe I can get him a couple bucks while he's on an off night. And you're like, no way.
No, right. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking Mississippi.
But weren't you like
I was in Biloxi.
You were in Biloxi.
I was already there. But
You were
yeah.
already there.
But
You were like, I'm not driving that part
You were
of
trying
town.
to send me to north. You were trying to send me to
Jackson,
the fucking
maybe?
like the two. Yeah, exactly. Tupelo, the fucking Delta.
Oh, yeah.
No, exactly.
To me, it's all the same.
No, well, it's it's what do you call Louisiana without New Orleans?
Wait.
Mississippi.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
So you just didn't want to do the gig?
Yeah, well, it was something. It was too far away. Yeah, I was at the Gulf Coast, and he was trying to send me to Memphis, basically, which was way out of the way. So
I'm being told that Breuer has to go to the fishbowl to
Rehearse?
rehearse and
Dude,
shit.
let me tell you,
Sound check.
this shit stresses me out.
Really?
I'll tell you why.
We're just gonna fuck around.
No, not in here.
No, I will fuck around in there.
Okay.
We'll make it work.
No, not stresses me out.
What are you worried about?
I got to take voice coach lessons, because there's one of these songs, right?
You're gonna pop your fucking vocal cords.
Pop my fucking temple.
I see the vein already. The vein's already coming out.
I had a headache for an hour last night. Yesterday I had a fever, and I had a fever all day yesterday. So I'm doing press all day. I'm trying to get energy everywhere I go. I think I finally got rid of it. I don't feel it today, so I feel better.
Okay.
But I'm not a musician, right? So
You wanted this forever.
I can't. Yes, I know.
And if you finally got a really good
Now
album.
you realize.
No.
Now that we're releasing,
Now we're releasing the album.
now that the album's out.
Yeah, this isn't the time to say I'm not a musician. You're kind of all in now.
Yeah, right.
So I'm ready. We don't go out until July, so I have this whole month, and I'm all right.
Yeah.
So, I've been touring since April. This is the most I've ever toured to promote this and all that jazz. So, I think we rehearse a couple times. When we rehearse, it's always in a very. I can't hear myself. So I'm always singing like this. There's no ear things and just the amps are in my face. Like, how'd that sound? I said, I can't hear anything. I don't. And I like that old school red for me. What the? So yesterday we get here, and they're playing the thing, and I'm listening to myself, and I'm going, oh my God, one of these songs, it is so hard to get from the pre-chorus to the chorus. It's like, okay, we're mixing this one tomorrow. I'm coming in sick. We're going unplugged. We're going to bring down a level.
Mandolins.
A little piano.
That's exactly. Mumford and Sons. We're going Mumford and Sons.
So I'm curious to see how one of them is going to sound when it's
How many songs are we doing today?
One? Perfect.
Whatever. I don't want.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. I know we'll definitely do thrash.
Nice.
We definitely raising teenage girls is so easy for me.
All right, let's do that one.
Yeah.
It's weird seeing you nervous.
Are you playing?
I'm not nervous.
Okay,
I'm
good.
just
Is he involved in this?
Oh,
It's
God,
like-
no.
You're not
oh,
even
no.
cowbell, tambourine.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You got to hear this story.
I got a great story.
All right. Oh no, that's never good.
Yeah.
When you stop everything.
Yeah.
This is
Rich.
gonna be a doozy.
Rich is he kind of just started with me, I think. Right?
Yeah, this was early.
Yeah, this was really early in it. And I just came back from Europe, and I knew I was going to make the record because the guy who's going to be playing guitar now, Mike Ticci, plays the rhythm guitar. He came to me in Europe. Was this before Europe or after Europe?
When he took my spot in Europe is what you're talking about?
I think, but I can't remember. Was it before or after?
This was, I think...
It was before. Okay, so... He's like, you play in Europe? He's doing his stand-up in Europe? I went, yeah. He goes, oh, God, it'd be great. I said, let me work on it, and I'll figure this out. Now, I figured a lot of them were rock venues, and went, you know what? Why not bring a guitarist, and we could tell stories, and he could do his little thing before I go out, and blah, blah, blah. So Rich all of a sudden shows up at the next... He's totally envious that this is going down. And he's like, Mike, he can't. And he sees us do a gig together where we do like
At the Borgata.
At the Borgata. And I think we did the bingo.
You know when you're like a new actor and you look at the breakdowns, you go, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that. I go, I played guitar when I was 15. So I went out, I bought an amp, I bought a guitar. I bought I went right to, I was like, I could do this.
He shows up at the gig with an amp and a guitar. And I go, Rich, what are you doing? He's like, I can do this.
Yeah. I got the song.
The other dude's there. The other dude's there, too.
No.
I didn't bring him on this one
okay,
particular.
all right,
He's like,
all right.
I could do this.
I could do this.
Went, all right.
I got the song and I brought it to like a major musician. I go, show me how to do this. He goes, you got to tune down to D and just open and I was like, I could do that.
So he's ready. He's locked.
I'm ready. We rehearse unamplified. We rehearse unamplified backstage. Like there's no, when you electric guitar, you just kind of hear it. We go, it kind of sounds right. So
Yeah, because to me it's still comedy if he screws up.
Sure.
It's fine.
You'll make something out of it.
I'll make something out of it. So we sit there and we do the bingo. I'm like, all right, you sure you're ready? Yeah, absolutely. So I finished, it's always at the end of the gig. I'm like, hey, Rich, come on out. And he comes out. And he just, I don't know what happened.
So it was like one.
That's all he kept doing is bang, bang, bang. I went, you know what, dude, just go back. I said, go off stage. It's all right.
He couldn't even do smoke.
No, he couldn't even.
Nothing.
He couldn't even. We were doing bingo. All he had to do is banana. That's all he had to do.
What happened?
Apparently, I tuned down to F sharp instead of D.
But the visual of him walking out, it was like a movie. He's walking out, pulling his amp.
Yeah.
Plugs it in. Full theater waiting to go. And about 5 strums, he's got a weird face. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, never mind. And he turns around, just takes his amp and walks back out.
I was so confident, too. I was so sure, like, Marvin, that new sound you're looking for?
Yeah,
listen
exactly.
to this. I thought that was going to be my...
And you bought a guitar and an amp for
It's
the
the
special
only
gig.
time it's ever been played. It's the only time.
Yeah, he's never played it again.
I haven't played it ever since.
That was it.
Oh, it's too traumatizing.
And as we were doing the record, he's like, I could play harmonica.
That I can do.
He can play.
Can
I
you
can't
play
play
harmonica?
Oh, yeah. Well.
You go. He can play
Yeah,
harmonica.
well,
You can't play. Well, he says well. He's
well.
bragging.
No, I can.
Let's get a harmonica. Let's see what you can do.
You got a harmonica?
Let's get a harmonica. Someone around here has a harmonica.
So no one's got a harmonica. What kind of place is this?
So what do I got to rehearse? Is that?
Yeah, if they're
You
calling.
got to do a sound check. And
All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
If you need if there's a guitarist that you need to fill in, I'm available.
We're going to break in a couple minutes anyway, but we got Kevin. You pissed off Kevin there, Vic Henley.
Who?
No, Vic did. Talking about Mississippi. Go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, yeah, I don't care about Mississippi. I'm from Louisiana.
Okay.
Who that?
Then shut
Louisiana
up.
without New Orleans?
Yes, and Louisiana is Mississippi without New Orleans. That's true.
How you figure that?
Have you been to Rushton?
Okay, northern.
Okay, right. No, I rest my case.
Did you just shut him up?
I just rest my case. He
wow,
said
that's
okay.
all you need.
He said okay.
He said okay.
I'm down to Lafayette. How's that?
So, no, I know. Hey, Boudreaux, it's fine.
All right.
Oh, what the fuck?
I think he shut you up with one word, though.
Yeah, but that's northern Louisiana. That's what they call that West Texas, East Texas.
That's to the Piney Woods. It's next to the Piney Woods of East Texas. That's absolutely. But,
in the pines. In the pines.
New Orleans is the best thing in the country. I love New Orleans, but the rest of the state I could give a shit about.
All right.
No, I think Baton Rouge is better than New Orleans.
Oh, you're crazy.
Oof.
Yeah. Rich is from New Orleans.
Yeah, I can't. How do you
Baton Rouge is
figure
not
that?
better. Yeah, it's not even close to better than New Orleans.
What's in Baton Rouge?
LSU.
Tigers.
LSU,
Yeah.
nothing.
Right.
University. That's
LSU.
right.
Pete Maravich
And what's in
action.
New Orleans?
Sure, fine. I like Pete Maravich. But
All right, but besides that, is there stuff
Yeah.
to do?
nothing. No,
Yeah,
go
to
to
go to
Olive
New
Garden.
Orleans.
Go to Olive. Yeah, go to New Orleans.
Yeah,
Go to Tipitina's.
take a road trip.
Take a road trip.
But
All right, Kevin.
You're right. New Orleans is better, but
That was a hard one.
God, why are you folding so easily?
I'm going both ways. New Orleans is probably better.
All right.
I'm not going to take Alabama saying that Mississippi and Louisiana are compared to each other.
It's it's bad when I can make fun of you, and I'm from Alabama. That's the worst part.
If you'd be an Alabama Crimson Tide fan,
No, I'm Auburn, so fuck the Tide.
you're Auburn, so
Yeah.
you're okay.
Fuck the Tide.
But still, fuck off.
All right. Thank you,
Nice
sir.
talking to you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Hey, before we go to break, we got a couple college stories that are worth doing really fast. You know, the PC world's just out
love
of
it.
fucking control, as we all know. Right? You in on this shit
Yeah.
there,
Oh,
Richard? Richard?
Yeah, I know. That's like what my mom calls me. Like,
Can I just say Rich?
Yeah, that's what I
That's
call
what he
it.
goes by.
All right. Well,
That's
what?
my stage name.
I think Brewer said Richard.
Oh, I don't know.
Rich is
getting
here.
weird.
North Carolina schools will stop naming valedictorians because it promotes competition.
Seriously.
Oh, what really? Competition is kind of what the country's based on.
Well,
right?
you would assume competition would be good.
That's why New York has the best food and the best comedy and the best because of competition.
Right.
Right.
Wow. They're going to do that? I can't believe that. No kidding. So there'll be no more. Who do they decide gets to make the speech then?
Let's
They're going to number them or
The
whatever.
last
They're gonna
slash
say.
first.
Yeah, they're going to number them.
Right.
Everybody gets a ribbon now.
Are grades out of there?
This is unbelievable. Where does this end?
I don't. This is ridiculous.
Apparently, working your hardest to be the best you can be and being recognized for the effort is one lesson a North Carolina school board no longer believes is worth teaching. Citing what it calls unhealthy competition among students, the Wake County School Board is the latest in the country to make valedictorians a thing of the past.
So now, who makes the? What are the nerds going to do?
The school board unanimously gave initial approval last week to a policy that would prohibit high school principals from naming valedictorians, titles reserved for the two graduating seniors. With the highest grade point averages. And what was the other one? The
Salutatorian.
Yeah, so none of that either. We have heard from many schools that the competition has become very unhealthy. It's only unhealthy for what? 5 or 6 kids know they have a shot.
The nerd fights. It's a nerd fight. That's
right.
what but that's good stuff. That's really, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous. It's totally stupid.
That's amazing. Yeah, why fucking work hard?
There's some Russian sitting there going, "I told you so." I mean, how is it bad? This is what capitalism is all about.
Well, exactly. How do you get the scholarship? If you're if you're the valedictorian, that's how you get into the goddamn Ivy League school for free, because you're the valedictorian. That's a good resume.
It's fucking ridiculous. We've lost that fight.
That's just,
I used to fight these stories. Now I'm like, whatever. Because it's like,
you just shrug your shoulders.
Because you can't believe this is actually the thought process of some of these people.
Well, it says they made singling out 2 people. You can get a high GPA and not take any hard classes, this is when the nerds that I went to school with,
right,
were mad because a couple of the girls got to work in the principal's office and they got a letter grade A for taking office. And so the nerds in my class are taking physics. And so when a couple of these girls worked their way into the top 10, all the nerds were like, "God damn it! I could take choral and office and get 2 A's right there easy. I'm taking physics and calculus.
Again, another good life lesson.
It's right.
Get right to the principal's office.
Anyone else hear that story differently than I did? I'm thinking high school girls working in the principal's office in the late 70s. What the fuck is going on in there?
No, a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, want to help with my grade?
No, there was always a couple of girls who took office. No, my friend's mom worked in the office, so no, there was nothing going on. In the office.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I wish.
And then the other one is actually even worse, believe it or not. Yes, here it is. College bands, the throwing of the cap. University in the UK. Oh, it's in the UK?
It says England.
Oh, fuck England. They're just stupid over there. I thought it was one of our fucking great universities.
You mean, yeah.
University in the UK will not allow graduates. I read this as, I thought it was the University of Kentucky when I first saw this story.
London, Kentucky.
I quickly looked over the headline way too fast. Will not allow graduates to throw their caps in the air because of safety. Says they will Photoshop them into pictures later. Have you heard of one person getting injured because you threw your dumb cap up in the air?
Right. Doesn't exist. It's not possible.
Again, that's why competition's good. If you can't avoid a cap.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a cap.
Yes.
This isn't gunfire. It's a cap. Bunch of pussies.
I thought that was from here.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it because we have,
I would assume
wussified ourselves. Yeah.
Sadly, I would assume it's from here with everything that's been going on.
Do you do colleges?
I haven't. I used to, and then about 5 years ago, it stopped. But I did them for 20 years.
You're using vowels. That's offensive.
No, they got
everything.
They in the food court, man. I had ever horrible.
That is unbelievable. When I went to college, which was so many fucking years ago, when these guys came in, you were excited. You didn't give a fuck.
Right.
The dirtier, the better, actually.
Yeah.
It's still 90% of it is still you do whatever you want. But that other 10% is completely, it's all this stuff that you're worried about. It's all absolutely stupid. And most of the time, they don't even know you're supposed to be there. Most of the time, you just walk on stage in the food court.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, what's with this homeless guy yelling at me?
Yeah, exactly. Why? Who's that? Who's the old guy yelling at me in the corner as I'm trying to study my, I did a show once and my mic would go dead when somebody's food order came up.
Hey, how you guys?
Number 27. Right. Cheese fries. Chicken nuggets.
Pick up on pepperoni pizza.
And I would see him walk to I had to time my act where I would see him walking, I'd shut up, I'd stop the joke when he'd go, cheese fries, we got 22 cheese fries. And then I'm like, okay. And then, and I
couldn't figure out a better way to do that?
It's fucking brutal. No, every horrible thing that you could imagine a comedian going through is happening on the college game.
All right, let me say hi to Frank in the Bronx. He's had it with this PC shit, like a lot of us. That's why that part of the Trump thing is very refreshing. That part of it. There's other parts that aren't as so refreshing when it comes to this Trump. But go ahead, Frank.
Vic, that's unbelievable. You're sitting there, you got to wait. That's what a comedian does, I guess. Under any circumstance, the show must go on. So if you have to time it in between announcements, you're a fucking true professional, brother.
Well, it's all you do is say the amount of the check in your head over and over. As you're
chicken.
Yeah, as you're doing your act, you're just like 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. Just keep doing it.
That's a true professional.
It's awful.
And all I'm thinking is your agent's ripping you off. Your agent's ripping you off.
He's like,
it should be $2,000. It should be $2,000.
And then we have the shit now. We might as well not have most valuable player. We might as well not have an all-star team. We might as well just hold circle jerk because this is the world we live in.
Well, how about this one, Frank? On the way in, and I got to make sure I got all my facts right, but the
University of Kentucky.
I know. I saw the headline really fast.
UK.
I saw university in UK, and I put it all together as University of Kentucky. I'm like, what's fucking going on in Kentucky? Hey, Frank, this one's for you. So I'm on the way in. I'm listening to 1010 Wins, as you know, you're local, and they had a story about the transgender bathrooms. They kind of figured that out somewhere. But then they're saying, and please find the story, that now if you identify as a woman, you can fucking try out for the women's teams in high school. in this particular school district. That's fucking that. Now we're getting stupid.
That's great.
Why is it great?
Because you talk about want to be in the principal's office. I identify as a woman. Ladies.
I like it. I think what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to figure out a way that as I finish taking a piss, the girl next to me is going to finish to shake me down. I like it.
All right. I mean, I'm not. Transgender men could overtake women's sports. This is now people are getting nuts.
Well, that was the Renee.
Are you allowed to say that in general men have bigger muscles and are stronger?
What do you mean?
Oh, just because it's biology, that's not politically correct.
Or do you get in trouble for saying that shit?
You probably would get
Renee Richards back in the 70s, the tennis player.
Oh boy, that's when they didn't have the shit figured out. that was Frankenstein with a tennis racket.
Tennis without balls.
Billie Jean King, how you doing?
Exactly.
Do you know the story of Renee Richards?
No.
Started out as a man.
Richard Raskin was his name. He was a doctor.
And then he turned into a woman way back when they didn't have the surgeries figured out. Wow. And then he played women's tennis.
And fought it. Balls fell out. And his balls fell out after a shot.
Frank.
That's why I said tennis without balls.
Yeah.
Good old Frank.
But he had to, it was a big thing because he fought and battled and won. And they ruled it legal that even though he was a man and playing in women's tennis, it was totally fine because he had changed into a woman for real. So.
In the end, I don't think he had a great record, right?
No, he wasn't any good. He just fought to do it. It's not like he was beating Billie Jean King, but it was only because of the publicity that this is a story.
So now you got guys saying I'm actually identified as a woman, so now I play in the women's basketball team in high school? Something about that statement doesn't seem right. Go ahead, Frank.
I just want to drop one more. Think about the really quick who Vic Henley looks like with dark hair. Think of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's like a chick.
I don't know.
Look at closely. The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
It's a roast.
It's a roast. Like Henley with dark hair. I'm telling you, I swear to God.
Well, we're certainly gonna fucking do some photoshopping. We'll do a comparison and put it up online.
Which
Let's do the time warp again.
What character? Is he saying Tim Curry? The character?
Yeah, he's saying you look like
Frankenfurter.
Yeah. Let me take a look at that.
Do you identify?
No, I don't. I don't.
All right.
And Rich Voss looks like his cock.
What?
Who's Rich Voss?
Comedian Rich Voss.
Yeah.
You know what?
We have a different Rich in here. Rich
Aronovitch.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a hell of a name if you want to get famous.
Yeah. That's why I go by Rich is funny. That's why everything.
You've already told me your last name 3 times. I can't remember it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I know.
You need a stage name.
I know. My stage name is Rich Voss.
He's going to be really upset.
Yeah.
Wow, he's not that far off.
Me?
He's not that far off.
Me and drag with dark hair.
Well, I'm looking more at the ones where there isn't makeup.
Tim Curry, young Tim Curry.
I think you got his eyes.
Fine by me.
I think you got the Tim Curry eyes.
I'll take his cash
a little bit.
Yeah.
What about that sports story, Paul? You got it? Isn't that crazy? Is this nuts? Are we allowed to say this is crazy?
So we're the girl. This is the
Who cares?
dude on the girls' basketball team.
Yeah. You know what? We'll get the story and we'll figure it out after the break.
But isn't there like
I heard that on the way in. I couldn't believe that one.
Isn't there a correlation between competition and then you identify with? Right, I identify with the 7th graders, so I'm going to be a high schooler playing with the 7th graders.
Well, I mean, that's the argument, but they would say, "Oh, that's just
I'm
stupid.
Emotionally immature."
Oh, that's just stupid.
Yes, you are.
Right, so I should be with the kindergartners.
The bathroom thing, I don't give a fuck. You just, I give a fuck because I have but just get the bathrooms where everyone has a fucking stall.
Right,
that's what's going to end
Just
up
go
happening.
Porta Johns. Just go Porta Johns.
Bunch of stalls, and then I wouldn't care as much.
But I'm not comfortable peeing next to a guy anyways. You know what I mean? I go to the stall. So if you have a problem with it, just
at
go
least
to the
they
stall.
figured that shit out. It took forever, but they finally put up barricades. We come from a time there were no barricades.
Right. It's the trough.
Right.
We had the trough at a ball game.
Yep.
You walked out there and everybody just stood there at the goddamn trough.
And all I'm thinking to myself is, fuck you, peripheral vision.
That's right.
Yeah, don't look.
Yeah,
Hey, look!
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I gotta beat up a gay guy now!
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I saw his dick. I thought it looked good. I'm upset.
I just remember, like, when I started, like, seeing other dicks, I guess you could say that at least. You're like, they get that fucking big? What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, that moment in high school when you went...
I was like, I do all right for myself. And you're like, what? What the fuck are you packing?
Showering in the 8th grade. Same thing, man.
I remember Justin Moore he was the first one to develop. We're like, what? What's going on there?
Right.
He's got this human male thing going on. We're like,
Yeah, we had a dude's name was Jerry Lewis. His real name was Jerry Lewis, and Jerry Lewis was packing heat.
Yeah.
And we called him Cannon Dick because it looked like a fucking Civil War cannon.
It's like a baby's arm.
Yes, exactly. We were all jealous. We're like, fuck, man.
In my high school, only the guys with the big dick showered after practice.
Yeah, that was us too. Yeah,
I went home sweaty.
I
went home sweaty.
Well, I would shower with my gym shorts on.
Dude, I was
sad.
I know that's true,
no,
too.
it's totally true.
I was a late developer, so
Me too. So
I was like, fuck, I ain't fucking, no.
But I didn't want to be stinky, so I would shower with my gym shorts.
Fuck. I went home sweaty. No problem. When I could. They didn't force it on you either.
Yeah, I know.
But then everyone realized you got some problem down there if you're not showering with the rest of us.
That was me. They're like, what are you doing with your gym shorts on?
Fuck you.
I don't care.
Brewer's ready. All right, so why don't we take a break? Thank you, Travis. We got Rich here. Rich
Aronovitch.
Rich is funny. That's easiest.
Rich is funny.
What's your website?
richisfunny.com.
richisfunny.com. Beautiful. Go there. He is very funny. I try to see Brewer a lot, and Rich opens up for Brewer, and he's hilarious in his own right. Fuck.
Thank you.
Really funny. And getting married soon.
Oh, next week.
You're getting married?
Next week.
No shit.
Yeah.
First time?
Oh, yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
She's a looker.
She's so both my wives were beautiful. Fine,
yeah.
Really, that doesn't.
Everyone does this.
It doesn't have a goddamn thing to do with it. Fine, good for you.
Yeah, I know.
I don't give a shit.
But she's from Holland.
Okay, that's
she's
a good
European.
thing. No, foreign women, good.
Yes. But everyone
foreign women. No, I retract everything I just said.
Yes, she's from Holland, and she's
no. European women, American women don't put up with shit. European women you do something, a European woman goes, oh, that's adorable.
I love it.
She's Jewish from Holland. So
wow.
Nice. She lives in the attic, but she's everyone sees her and is like, they're a little too, like, whoa, she's really pretty.
Where'd you meet her?
She stalked me online.
No shit.
Yep. She's Kirsten's friend. And found me and said, I think you're, and I was like, that's a fake profile. There's no way that's a real person.
She grew up in Holland.
Yeah, grew up in Holland.
Dutch girl.
Amsterdam.
Rotterdam.
Hotham, which is like an hour.
No,
yeah. Everything's an hour.
Is her English good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
I love your attitude, the been there, done that attitude.
Yeah.
Vic Henley. Yeah, good for you.
But
she's a Victoria's Secret.
Right.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. It's very, it's the first time I've ever been in something like this, and it's crazy.
Tom Rhodes married a Dutch girl, I think.
Yeah? Did he marry her?
I think so. Okay.
I met her. I don't think she's I think she's not that. I don't want to say, Dutch? I think she's like Indian.
Oh, yeah, she is Indian, but she's from Holland.
Oh, you can do that?
Yes, they have foreign people. Yes,
that's allowed?
There are immigrants in Holland, yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, I met her. She was very nice.
Yeah.
And they seemed very happy.
Well,
that's what, you don't know what's going on.
All right.
All right, there's Brewer.
Yeah, I know Opie and Jimmy, a little quick video of Brewer sound checking. That's kind of, wait, let me hear this.
Don't get arrested, pregnant, addicted, please, anything at all. First base, second base, I don't care what base, you give me a ball.
Jesus.
Can I tell you?
I like it.
That's awesome.
I've heard it, and I'm not like a metal fan, but it's really, really good.
No, the first track he played for me earlier before.
I've heard a bunch of tracks off this already.
I don't want to say surprisingly good, but it's like, you're like, this is, because you think comic doing this kind of stuff, and you think like it's going to be like, oh, Weird Al Yankovic.
No, it's not.
This is like, you're like, I actually can get some of these songs stuck in my head.
As we say in the South, he ain't fucking around.
No, he's not.
And don't make fun of Weird Al Yankovic, our new friend.
Is he really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not making fun of him. I'm just.
He was in here finally, and we hit it off, to say the least.
Okay.
But over the years, that was the go-to, like you just said. Right. And some things got back to him, and boy, we had to work some things out. We worked it out, though. It turns out Weird Al is a fucking... He's all right,
He's
man.
a fine guy.
He's all right.
He's a fine guy.
We certainly had to work a few things out.
Shit, man, I remember when he was
Nothing
popular.
worse than we heard what you said about him.
I know.
Yeah.
It's all over YouTube.
My friend chased him around in a bar in like '87, and just when he showed up, my friend just decided to harass the living shit out of him and make him leave the bar. And so my buddy's like, "Hey, everybody, it's Weird Al! Hey, look, Weird Al's going to pee! I saw Weird Al's dick!" He's just chasing him around the whole fucking bar, screaming, "I saw Weird Al's dick!" He's developed. He's developed. And then fucking Weird Al just finally left the bar. We just yelled at him. So we just tapped in.
We just tapped on your sound check a little bit.
Which one? The thrash?
The teenage. I think.
Teenage girls sound all right.
Yeah, it sounded pretty good.
I feel so. No, you don't understand.
I liked it.
We were supposed to break, but
okay. It's the first time I heard myself ever.
Oh, really?
Now?
So
they got set up nice?
Yes. No, you don't understand. We've been rehearsing, but like I said, we're in a School of Rock studio with amps, and all I hear is. So I'm singing like, I'm like, I can't hear it. Like, how do bands do this? And now I heard this, like, oh my God, I can hear myself.
It sounded good.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
I can't wait to go on tour, man.
When you set up in the fishbowl, they do that right.
Chris is awesome sound guy.
All right, why don't we take a break so we go to the fishbowl and get a couple songs from Breuer? A couple?
Yeah, we could do a couple.
Your brain just went, more is less.
Two.
I want you to play. Could you play?
I heard 4.
4? Hell no.
I heard 4. No, I'm not even just. That's what I heard.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
Breuer does what Breuer does, man.
We rehearsed.
If you want to do 1, I don't care.
4. I think 2 is enough for you. You know, it's a rockin' one. I think our crowd is gonna like, or I say ours, like it's part of your crowd, which I am.
Right.
Is old school is my favorite, man.
Old school is
if
a great
you want to
song.
play it, you heard it, right?
Yes,
it's a monster. I love that thing.
You want to play one off?
Yeah.
Let's play one off the CD.
Yeah. Play old school.
What?
I'm not sure if we loaded anything in.
We might have it. Do you have some of these online?
No, it's like on Pandora.
We got to
some Pandora
We got
premieres.
to the point we can't just quickly play a CD here anymore.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
It's on YouTube, right? Isn't one of your videos or a couple of videos on YouTube?
Not old school's going to come out in 2 weeks.
Right.
I have the video, but
well, there you get the audio's there.
Oh yeah,
but you don't want to do that. I'll shut up.
Wait, the video's online already?
No, it's not. It doesn't get released for like another week or 2.
Oh, isn't that weird? We can't just pop a CD in like the old days?
It's so weird. Yeah, that's bizarre. I got a CD and they're looking at me like I'm nuts.
Yeah. Eric is.
Eric can put old school into the system right now so we can play it.
All right, so it'll take just a second.
Yeah, a few minutes.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's wait around for a couple minutes. What else are we fucking doing? Yeah. The band's ready to go though, Breuer?
Yeah, they sound good. This is great.
It's called Songs from the Garage. Breuer made a really good fucking music CD.
I didn't have a choice. I knew people were going to have their arms folded and their eyes rolling. You been fucking Breuer, little fag record.
I don't know. I think...
No. I'm excited, but I know that was going to be the initial...
It's not like you went Kenny Loggins.
Now that would have been... Can you imagine?
Oh, shit.
Dude. Can you imagine I came in here...
Robin and I walked alone.
This one's about a cardinal that showed up after my father passed away. And I was meditating and praying if I can tap into my father's soul because I missed him so much. So this is, one day I was in my living room and I was just praying. I went, I miss you, Dad. Is there another deeper part of our soul in this universe? And all of a sudden I heard this tapping on the window and it was a little red bird. And it was just like my dad saying, hi, I'm okay. So The song's...
Daddy died in my arms.
So this is called, Hey Man, Everything's Okay.
Hey man, everything's okay.
Now, this is song number 2.
You know, I'm a shaman.
This song, back to the bird song. The bird every day for the next 2 years would tap on every window. And I knew it was part of my father's soul. And then one day I missed him so much, and I went to a field and I would cry every day. And this one day I just meditated again, and something deep inside me went, I'm leaving now. And I went, don't leave. He said, no, I have to leave. And I sobbed really hard. And I went home and the bird was gone. So this is called Fucking Bird Is Gone. This is track number 2.
Come back, little cardinal. Bling, bling. Come back.
Soft rock faggot.
Come back.
All right, listen, we got the song. We really do have to take a break.
Yes, we should.
All right, so Jim Breuer's here with his band. The CD's called Songs from the Garage. It's coming out when?
This Friday.
I felt like I've had this for a while now. It's really fucking good, for real. We're going to play Old School off the CD, and then...
I love this song.
Then after the break, Brewer's going to play a couple songs for us live. All right?
All right, sounds good.
Vic, you got anything to promote before we hit this?
Absolutely nothing.
I'm going to bang my head on this one. Nothing, Vic?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Aren't you playing at college next week?
I got nothing. I got 0.
Live from Lou's Cruise.
Live from Lou's Cruise, yeah. Download the CD
iTunes.
on iTunes.
Download that shit.
Right.
That's how
I'm going to Hilton
bucks.
Head for a corporate.
Have you done...
Seriously.
This Ain't Happening?
No.
You'd be good on that Ari show.
No, I don't know.
With the storytelling?
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
I love storytelling.
You were made for that.
I love storytelling. I'm a big storyteller.
All right, we're going to get you on that show.
I know you are.
We'll get you on that show, right?
All right.
All right, let's play this. Old School, Jim Breuer. We'll be back. Here we go. We are back. Yes, we are in the fishbowl.
Yeah.
Is that sounding good on the air? It's a little echoey, but we're good. All right, we got Vic Henley to my right.
Rich Aronovitch.
We got Rich to my left, who goes on the road with our pal Jim Breuer. And we're in the fishbowl because he's going to play some music from his new CD.
What were we just talking about, though?
A lot of stuff.
How this whole thing started.
Yeah,
that you were doing AC night.
You were doing an Ozzy impression. You were doing.
Well, let me tell you how this all started.
Yes, Ozzy.
This fucking started when Mike Tissue's playing the guitar over there.
Yeah.
Couple years ago.
Some guy in my town, right? Who we have this huge. He's like a big PC Richard guy, huge PC Richard, great Long Island guy, lives in my town.
Yeah,
he calls up. He's like, rumor has it you can sing AC/DC. I went, I can imitate him for a while. He goes, well, we're gonna do an AC/DC night. Well, all right. So I go to rehearse.
And then he called me and said, you got to teach us how to play all these songs. Because he doesn't know how to play them. That's the only reason I was in the band, was to teach them how to play.
And he was sitting there, he's like, no, you got to play this. So Mike is teaching all of them how to do their positions. And then we booked a night in this little bar in Chester, New Jersey called Bernie's. And I said, listen, we're not inviting people. We're just a couple friends. This place sits maybe 70, about 350 people were there. You couldn't breathe.
The word got out, huh?
But this was the funniest. We were looking for places to rehearse. I don't know why we couldn't rehearse at Anthony's.
Because his wife had to go to sleep early, and we could only start at like 9 at night.
Okay, so Mike is like, he's I don't even know how to explain it. Mike also will watch your dogs, he'll watch your house. He teaches your kids.
He's reliable.
Right. Mike teaches my daughter drums, and I'll come home and he's playing Nerf basketball. He's crazy competitive. We play wiffle ball. He's a dick. He releases the ball at 2 inches off the ground, and it comes up, and it's so annoying.
Right.
It's another whole story. But one of the houses we rehearse, he goes, "Hey, listen, I watched this dog at this house, and I know they're gone. We can go to this house that's abandoned." So we
Your dog sitting.
Dude, we went
turned it into a rehearsal space.
You took over some guy's house to
we went
practice AC/DC?
Yes, and it was the middle of winter, and we're in the basement of someone's house, and it was like 30 below zero, and we got our jackets with your breath coming out, and we're fucking rehearsing. We're going, we're gonna get arrested.
Yeah, no
we're gonna
kidding.
get arrested if we get caught.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Like 3 nights because we had our big gig, and we were like, we got to be really good at
Big gig at Chester's. At Bernie's.
At Bernie's. We gotta make sure we kill it at Bernie's.
How did the gig go?
It was good.
And that was
Jim got really sick.
I was so sick. I had a huge fever.
Right.
Like 2 nights before, I just my throat, everything. So I'm sitting there trying to do AC/DC song, and I think the funniest was Mike. Mike sings, so he does Zeppelin stuff before us, and he's got a nice voice. And the ladies are all listening. I go up second song, and there's what. I like the other band better.
You hear a recording and someone goes, they should bring the first band
Yeah, they should bring the first band back.
Oh, wow.
Ouch! It was pretty funny, man.
No,
It was good.
So then from there, you guys decided to, start taking this a little more seriously.
Well, I would talk to Mike, and he was into the same music I was, and I said, I've been working on this project forever. Do you know musicians? And that was Joe. And then from there, we had this other guy. And then all of a sudden, I got booked in Europe, in freaking Germany.
And then we opened for Metallica.
And we
had 2 songs.
Seriously.
I swear to God. Somehow we scammed our way onto a Metallica.
I was going to say, how the fuck do you pull that off?
There was no beginning to the songs. There was no end.
Nope.
It's like a chorus.
It's like an hour show with 2 songs.
Yeah.
So how'd you fill the time?
A lot of solos.
I was going to say.
A lot of talking in between the 2 songs.
It was stand
There
up.
was a cardinal.
It was stand up.
It was a cardinal tapping on the window.
Yeah. And my father.
It was stand up mixed with the songs.
Sure.
So that's what it was. But when we were at the Metallica festival, the first day there was thousands of people in our section, and they were really into it, and they kept coming. No one left. They kept getting bigger and bigger. The next day, the crowd was bigger, and then they were anticipating the things they saw the day before, and I would see like sections starting to hop, waiting for the certain hooks of the songs, and I went, "Oh my god! If we gotta make a record. Just if they're going this crazy." Just after yesterday, this is
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So it leads us to today.
All right. Yes.
We Breuer finally did it. I know Jim has been working on this project for it could be almost 20 years.
And you've been very patient through it all.
Yeah, almost 20 years.
I've seen various incarnations.
That's what
of
I
this,
mean.
too.
I remember back in, 99, you were doing a little music mixed in with the comedy as well.
Yes.
But I truly believe that Breuer finally fucking figured it out. This album, Songs from the Garage, is really, really good, really fucking catchy. The music is right on. You got some fine musicians with you.
Bunch of animals.
So you guys want to play a couple songs for us, right?
Yeah.
Which one you want to do?
We're going to do Raising Teenage Girls.
Awesome.
Because it's really easy for me.
To raise teenage girls or to sing it?
This song's really easy for me right now.
It's Jim Breuer, Songs from the Garage.
Which I have a whole new... Sorry, go ahead. I have a whole new respect for musicians. Especially any of them have to sing before 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Holy crap. All right.
Before 9 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how they do it.
We will.
All right, here we go. Whenever you're ready.
all about? Tell me what you gonna wear. No miniskirts or cleavage, cover that rump or you ain't going nowhere. I need names, numbers, wanna know who's all part of your crew. Better not be any dope or booze, cause then you do what you know. Everybody's saying that you're gonna be fine, but they're not living in a house like mine. So come a little bit closer now. Welcome to my family. Can't you see they got me running all over town? But come on, there ain't nothing in the world like raising teenage girls. Don't get arrested, pregnant, addicted, please, do anything at all. First base, second base, I don't care what base, you give me a call. If you only knew what Daddy used to do, oh, I had a nice run. But look at me now, all girls somehow. I ain't got time for fun. Everybody's saying that you're gonna be fine, but they're not dealing with kids like mine. So come a little bit closer now. Welcome to my family. Can't you see they got me running all over town? But come on, there ain't nothing in this world like raising teenage girls. Whoa, 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 you're on your what? Yeah, no, whoa, I can't help you right there. Knock, knock, boy at the door, wanna knock him to the floor. So sorry, you can't come in. She doesn't live here anymore. I don't like your clothes, face, or hair. What's going on up there? I know your parents where you live, and guess what? I don't trust you, kid. Everybody's saying that you're gonna be fine, but they're not dealing with these kids like mine. Come a little bit closer now. Welcome to my family. Can't you see they get me running all over town? But come on, there ain't nothing in this world like raising teenage girls. You know they're driving me crazy now. Welcome to my family. Can't you see they got me running all over town? But come on, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love my teenage girls.
Wow. Brewer's not playing, man.
Extra
Songs from the
good.
Garage. That's Raising Teenage Girls. That's
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That is awesome.
It's my life.
The band is tight, too.
They're animals.
They're tight.
Well, you know, this is the first time I can actually hear. This is the first time I'm excited. I'm like, wow, yeah, now I can hear things. Like I said, we've been rehearsing in a studio, and all I ever hear is. I go, was this all right?
You were almost frontman, and you were very close to frontman.
And I'm trying to outdo the band on the speakers, so every time I leave rehearsal, I'm like, I think it sounded good. So I'm not really sure.
You leave like Batman.
I am Batman. And my wife would go, how's practice? I went, I think it was good. I know there was, I can hear the guitar. And then this ringing in your ears. And then I'll listen to, because I record everything. And then when I listen to it, this is what you hear. Like we're going to suck. This is going to be a nightmare.
It was actually not. It was not even close.
Girls.
It was not even
No, that was all right.
Yeah, that was really good.
And we're playing, our first shows we're doing live is Brooklyn.
Cool. When is that?
August. All
right, we got it.
The last. Oh, sorry, July.
Only a month off.
We keep calendar as good as we rehearse.
I'm a great promoter.
August. We're playing. I don't know. Under the summer sometime.
The Knitting Factory in Brooklyn.
No
and
kidding.
We're doing Monday nights. The last two Monday nights in July, and then August right before we do this festival. We're doing Chicago Open Air Festival. It's like Slipknot and
Jesus
and all these other men. And then we're doing one with Alice in Chains.
Right.
And then what's the Houston one? Another big one.
Houston Open Air.
Houston Open Air, which is another one. All these. And then
how do you feel about the Alice in Chains, really, without the singer? I mean,
I got to say
they're
sound
not bad.
They sound
They're starting to grow on me.
all right.
Me too.
I hadn't heard it yet. I just knew they were. Doing this,
Lane Staley had such a special voice, but I mean, Jerry Cantrell is no fucking joke.
Oh, is that who it is? I didn't know that's who it was.
Oh no, Cantrell's still in the band.
Oh yeah. But they got a new singer. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's harmonizing with the new guy, and
the new guy sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, all right. I'm just saying. I hadn't heard it yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of Lane Staley, but
Who wasn't?
I'm in.
So am I.
I'm all right with
all right,
them.
cool.
And they're a great band. They're funny. The drummer's really funny, Sean.
The drummer's always funny. I'm sure your drummer's hilarious.
He is.
Is he funny? Is your drummer funny in that sound booth over there?
Trapped in the octagon.
Frickin' Bubble Boy over here.
Is this a game show?
It really is. Yeah, exactly.
Can you start blowing dollars from the floor?
We're going to torment him because he's the only smoker. So we might have. I might just purposely do 2.5 hour sets.
So he's jonesing.
Kill them all.
God, he's playing a little fast back there.
I was going to say he's going to get real aggressive about hour 2. It's going to speed up real fast.
No, slow down, teenage girl.
When I walked in here and saw him in the glass booth, I'm like, all right, Brewer's not fucking around.
No, they're all.
Look, he's got his drummer set up perfectly.
Yeah.
No, these guys are not. None of them are.
And then I liked how you sipped the water while the guitar solo was going on. I was checking out everything. You're working on your what do I do when the guitar solo's.
That's what he saw others sing. Besides mime a guitar, that's all you can do.
Water,
air versus real. Yeah.
I saw.
Hang bang.
Well, I got to say this environment is weird because we're not on a stage, we're not live people,
and it's just a bunch of dudes,
and it's friends staring at me.
Right, I know it's the worst.
And I'm standing still. When I'm on stage, I'm going to be prowling the whole stage.
Sure,
so
you're going to be moving around.
It's weird me just holding a mic, moving my leg. It's just so. Yeah, I can't wait to get out there and start going nuts.
But I watch Vic, and Vic's like face is like they really are.
No,
good.
I was enjoying the guitar work. I was both they're both of those guys. Yeah, because he started over here with a little bit, and then he came in, and I'm like, fuck, they're both good.
Yeah,
like wow, he got 2 good ones.
They got confidence.
No,
get
they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we do a faster one. We do thrash.
I like thrash.
And then I'll do no, we already heard old school. We heard old school.
But maybe what I was thinking is you go off track a little bit and do your AC/DC. I want to hear. I want to hear how this sounded at Bernie's. You know what?
Yeah, there you go.
This is Bernie's.
We can mess around doing something like that. You know what we can do?
I want to definitely get another one off the CD so we sell this properly for you.
Okay.
And then maybe we fool around a little bit.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's fool around, play around.
Okay.
We can play around. Can I please do a song?
You sure can, Ozzy.
I think we got a great idea to do later. Yeah. And we'll just play around with it.
Dude, let me tell you something. Our fucking album should be done real soon, huh? I heard fucking thrash. Loved it, Brewer, huh?
Have the guys from Metallica heard it? James?
James has heard thrash.
What is he?
And so has Lars.
What do they say?
They seem to like it.
Lars likes everything, though, doesn't he? I mean,
that's not true.
Lars he's just an affable, kind fellow.
Lars is a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, I know. No, Lars kidnapped Larry the Cable Guy like 15 years ago and had him all over the Bay. Whitney walked off stage somewhere and Lars was sitting there and then he went, "You're fucking Lars," and he went, "You're Larry the Cable Guy."
Dude, let's go to the house and hang out, huh?
That's what happened, right? And Whitney was with him for like 7 hours.
That's what happened. That was one of the first times with me and of all things, it was like hanging out with everyone I grew up with. We watched concerts. I'll never forget this. We go in Lars's basement, and he had this little tiny movie screen.
Yeah.
And he had this Judas Priest 82 concert from wherever, but he also had, this is the moment I loved more than anything, he had Black Sabbath, right? Of really obscure concert footage. And he's on the screen. So we're sitting in his basement. back then I'm partying, he's partying, and he gets up and he walks to the screen and he's staring at the drummer and he's looking at me going, huh? Are you fucking kidding me, huh? Do you fucking see this, huh, Breuer? Huh? Holy shit, Breuer! Fuck, watch you. I need to rewind it. Are you fucking kidding me, huh? And I gotta say that was me. I would do the same shit with my friends. Like, oh, you can look at this. Yeah. Listen to Halford. Right. Listen to it. It was
that's awesome.
Simple shit, but that made me love him more because he's really
down to earth.
No,
he's down to earth and just a great guy, musician, having a ball. Are you fucking kidding me, huh?
And he's a big comedy fan. He loves comedy.
He loves comedy.
He loves comedy. It was very common on Sunday nights. If you do the Punchline or any of the San Francisco gigs, you'd walk off stage and fucking Lars go, "Hey, dude!"
Oh wow, that's awesome.
He went every week. He was a regular.
Cool.
Yeah, he was a really good guy.
All right, let's get another song out of these guys. They're sitting down now on you. What are you doing?
Come on,
this is rock and roll.
This isn't Europe, Teachy.
Another song from Songs from the Garage, Jim Breuer. What do you
thrash.
want to do?
We'll do thrash.
All right, let's do it.
My wife gave a
God. That's awesome. How does that feel?
I feel like I had to shit.
Took a lot out of you.
That's a lot of stomach exercises right there.
That's a lot.
Wow.
That's
He
a
was
lot of
bringing it.
energy in
He
this.
was bringing it.
Fuck, man, that was awesome. That's Jim Breuer, Songs from the Garage, the first single that's been out there for a little bit. Thrash.
Yeah. It's a good video.
The band is fucking tight.
Thanks,
The
yo.
energy coming from you guys is ridiculous.
They don't even sweat. It's annoying. My ass is wet. I need a shower. I got to shit after I hit certain notes. These guys are playing like it's nothing. Like they got nothing going on. It's awesome.
You look like a rock star up there. You're all right.
I can't wait.
I think this is going to work for you.
I think so.
I think it's going to work.
I think so.
The songs are so catchy.
Now I can see you prowling the stage.
Oh, God.
Imagine if this was 1988.
If this was 88, I'd be a millionaire.
You would be a millionaire.
And I'd be retired in 1990.
Divorced.
Yeah. I would have kids, but like 9 different countries.
You'd be with a shitty hairdresser at this point.
Right. Exactly. From Massapequa.
Yeah. Kelly Osbourne is tweeting out her phone number. Did you see that over the weekend?
What are you talking about?
She's tweeting out the chick's phone number.
What chick?
Oh, the girl that Ozzy went out with, supposedly?
Yeah, I was referencing the hairdresser and the Ozzy
Oh, I didn't. What is going on?
Tell me, what have they been saying all over the news? What's going on about me?
thing. Oh, that you've been having an affair with your hairdresser, Ozzy.
That's absolutely not fucking true. It's madness. I've been fucking the maid.
Not the hairdresser at all.
Not the fucking hairdresser. Why would I do a hairdresser? I like the maid when she buns over. It's a vacuum. It gets me excited.
I got to find the tweets because Kelly's been.
So he really did.
Oh, yeah. He's not with her anymore. But Kelly's been tweeting out her phone number.
Oh.
And then someone's like, dude, I mean, Ozzy had something to do with this as well. And then she said, she claimed elderly abuse. She's like, my dad's almost 70.
Oh, she's claiming, like, taking advantage of the old dude thing.
I got to find these tweets now.
Well, I could tell you when my dad was getting older, he would have stuck his donkey in anything if he had the chance.
So there might be something to it.
My granddaddy got scolded at the old folks' home for grab assing on the nurses.
And let me tell you something. The old people's homes is a disaster.
Yes. It's a cornucopia of gonorrhea.
My dad.
Yeah, but at that age, who gives a fuck?
There's a lot.
You already have half your body's itching by then anyway.
Yeah, they always got some kind of open sore on their.
Some sort of.
All right, here it is. Kelly Osbourne, and this is definitely real. Anyone looking for cheap, chunky low lights, a blowout, and a blowjob, call, and then it's her actual phone number. So then someone called her out on it. I got to find that tweet, and she basically said, my dad's almost 70. It's like elderly abuse or something like that.
Yeah, and she's pissed because I broke her family up.
Yeah, of course.
And even though Ozzy had something to do with it,
right?
He's Ozzy.
I know. And it's
well said.
Fucking Ozzy.
It's Ozzy.
I mean, come on.
He's a victim.
That's what she's trying to say.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
he's a
find.
victim.
Let me see. Keep talking anyway.
Well,
I'll be right there.
Sharon's.
I'm looking for this shit.
Sharon's been around a long time. She's
right.
Yeah.
She was next to him through the dark and the good and the bad.
No, there's no telling what she's seen.
That's true too.
There's no telling.
And
Good God.
I still think she's
okay.
I like.
All right, so Kelly did that tweet that I just read, and then this lady Jody just writes, "Why would it only be one person's fault? It takes two to tango. Both guilty. She knew he was married.
True."
And then Kelly wrote back, tweeted that, and said, "My father's almost 70. Ever heard of elder abuse?"
First of all, you got to be like 90 before you get into elder abuse.
He's still doing it.
70s.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Black Sabbath
He's
is
not
going on
even
tour
70
again.
because he's almost 70.
He's what,
69, 68,
somewhere around there?
You know that.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brian Johnson is going to be 68. Wow. So, I mean, Ozzy's 70. I understand Kelly's emotions.
Yeah, of course.
I feel bad.
Broke up the family.
Broke the family up, and now she's got to deal with it. And because when you're in the public eye too, people are like, I heard your father's banging the hairdresser. You do your hair too? Those are the little things you don't realize that the family has to go through.
Want a haircut?
like Batista, right? People, you don't realize, like, his nephew's in school, and there's a guy across the way looking at him, just punching himself in the face. Hey, what am I? Your uncle. His glasses go flying. So yeah, I can
just some of the shit you got to deal with.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that time when you guys were at Bernie's in Chester, New Jersey.
Yes.
You want to fool around with a little ACDC
You said
or
a little
something?
Brian Johnson. Can you do a little Brian Johnson?
Well,
I can maybe do one song.
He is Scottish.
I don't know if we could do a full. No, he's English.
He's from the north of England. Sounds Scottish.
He's Newcastle, but yes, which is on the border.
So he's a Geordie.
He's a Geordie.
What the hell's a
Dude,
Geordie?
he tells great stories.
If you're from Newcastle, you're a Geordie. Geordie.
okay.
It's an accent. It's you can't understand a goddamn thing any of them are saying.
It's also like our Alabama.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah, if you're from the north of England, it's the same as being from the south.
They look at him the same way.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you knew this, Vic, but Sting is a Geordie.
I didn't know that.
Sting?
Yes. And
wow.
When I asked Brian, I said, Brian, what?
Oh, no, here we go.
I go, Brian, what do you...
He goes, yes, me and Sting would, we grew up together.
Oh, why does he talk like that? And he goes,
well, there was two things you do in Newcastle. You got to work on the docks there, on the steel mills, and it was pretty blue collar and you can't get out, you see. However, you'd have to... What Sting did is he learned to speak proper so he could move along in life. He goes, yeah, but when you get him pissed, he comes right back out, you see.
Oh, that's great. So when he gets drunk, the hillbilly accent comes back out again.
So he's not fooling Brian Johnson.
Right.
That's
Sting
great.
is not fooling him.
It was really cool.
That's hilarious. What do you guys want? You could do whatever.
See, now Mike wasn't there, so I don't know what AC/DC song.
Other people's songs. I know your songs, but that's pretty much the only songs I know.
He knows Priest, but
all I do is listen to Jim Breuer and rock.
There you go.
Whatever you guys want to do. You're set up. You might as well do.
Why don't you do the auditions?
What?
Why don't you audition some other singers over for AC/DC?
Oh,
good idea,
that's
Mike.
Great. Yeah.
We'll just play Highway to Hell, and you can show us what the auditions
this guy's
sound like.
Smart.
Yeah, this is
That's mine.
There's a reason you were in Europe.
Yo, this guy over
you're
here.
smart.
Yo.
Drinks around the house, TG.
No.
He's a teacher.
You insulted him a little bit.
Hotels.
All right, give me a. Who do we do? Tell me.
Here comes the AC/DC auditions.
This is before they got Axl Rose. Let's see who we got here. Hold on, I'm trying to think of someone. What? Oh, classmate of Scorpions. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Do Ozzy. I want to do Ozzy. I don't know the fucking words of it. Take it easy. I'm kind of crazy. I'm on the highway to yes, and we're gonna get crazy. I'm on the way to the promise. Where's that haircutter? I'm killing this bit. Oh yeah, ready? Just do that. Just do da-da-da. Okay, ready? Wait, do you know Back in Black? Back. Yeah! Ooh! Back in Black! Little sad! Ooh, yeah! Well, I'm no tail! Yeah! Big and Rick! I'm not sweet! Yeah! Cause I'm back! Yeah, you know back! Back in Black! Shoot a thrill! Win a kill! Yeah! I went ahead to your deal! Cause I'm oi, yeah! That's stupid. How do you know? Wait. Yeah, dude, just do that. I get lost in the whole fucking band. Who did we do that day?
Did you do Bob Dylan?
Dylan's birthday. I think
it's Dylan's
it's
birthday.
Dylan's birthday?
It's Dylan's 75.
I think he's 75
Oh, wow.
today.
Back in black. I hear the sound. You know I'm glad to be back. Cause I let loose from the news. And I'm hey, hey, hey. I'm hey, 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 hey. I'm hey, 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 hey. Back in black. How about
You got a request for Danzig.
Danzig?
Danzig.
Jesus.
For Danzig.
Mother! Wait, wait a minute. You did. Wait, I need to hear Eric. Eric did him really good the other day.
He was dirty black and black.
More.
Anyway, I need to hear that again.
One more time.
Dirty,
fuck this?
dirty black and black. Dirty black and black. I hit the sack.
Can I tell you a story? Hold on a second.
Yes.
You could keep playing that underneath. So I did this. I did these auditions, right? And one of them was Danzig.
Yeah.
And the only reason I did is because Eric goes back in black. He does Danzig, right? So I do dance, and if you go on Facebook, the two biggest, I did about 8 guys. I did Hetfield, Vince Neil, back in black. I hit the sound. I did like 8 different guys who were just riffing, and the 2 biggest ones was Hetfield and Danzig, and they both had 500,000 views. Jesus, right? But I've met Danzig, and I'm a fan of Danzig, right? But I also know he's a little intimidating. He's very intimidating to the point where I got to host the 30-year anniversary for Metallica. And he was there,
right?
And he's backstage, you know, and he's got these muscles, he's got this badass attitude, and I'm talking to him, and I go, "So you moved to LA? You moved to?" He goes, "Yeah, man, I had to come out here, man. Too many fights. Got sick of getting in fights." I go, "This guy's 50 years old. He's still beating the shit out of people. Like, I don't want anything to do with this guy. He scares the shit out of me." I swear to God, right? So, Journey back in black. So, I'm on the road.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I get a text from Brian Slagle, who is the CEO and owner of Metal Blade Records. And he says, Danzig reached out to me, and he is fucking pissed. So, dude, I
really?
Oh, I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating. I shit myself because I know
that he gets in fights.
I know he gets in fights.
Yeah. He's not worried about getting in a fight.
Yeah. So I've got this vision. He's not going to call me. He's just going to show up, sure, and beat the shit out of me with my kids and my wife there. It's like one of these great, awesome shows. And so I went, okay. He knows it was a joke, right? He goes, dude, he's not hearing it. He is livid. He's coming in my office tomorrow.
What?
And I went, Brian. His name's Brian. I went, Brian, he does realize I'm putting him up there with Hetfield and all these great singers, like as a legend. I look at him as a legend. He went, he don't want to fucking hear it. You don't understand Danzig. When he's set his mind on something, it's over. So I go, okay, give me his number and I'll call him. He goes, oh, I'll give you his number, but I'm telling you right now, here's how the conversation's going to go. Fuck you, I'll see you in person.
Jesus.
So now I'm fucked up. I'm in my hotel room. I can't count. This is not something. It's like a mafia thing. It's like a Hell's Angel thing. I'm not going to be able to get out of this. I'm going to have to confront him. Now, one of the guys that's around in our band is an MMA fighter. So, jiu-jitsu. So I'm like, all right, first of all, I'm bringing him on tour. And I just need to know 2 moves. Like how to get him down. And then 2 moves.
You want him to train you real quick?
Yes. I want him to train
for
me.
your fight with Danzig.
For a fight with Danzig.
Breuer versus Danzig. Live and coming to the Coliseum. Sunday. In this corner, he was once known as the Goat Boy. Also in the movie Half-Baked, he's Jim Breuer. And in this corner, Mother.
So,
what moves did he teach you? Quickly.
Well, all of a sudden, I get a call from Rob Caggiano, who produced this, and then he's like, pick up the phone immediately. I got some news about Danzig. I go, oh my God. So I pick up the phone, and all of a sudden, he goes, Breuer, we're fucking with you. You got punked.
Here's him! Bring him back! I hear the sack! Danzig is gonna kick my ass when it comes on back! We're not so right! It's just a joke! What a joke! I tell ya! It ain't a smoke when Danzig gonna come my way! When it comes, I'll be ready to play cause I took some jiu-jitsu!
Oh, dude. That's awesome. Isn't that sick? That's great. Thank you, guys.
I love it. I tell you what. That was quite the save from the fucking auditions Jim tried earlier.
Yeah, you try shit. You know.
That's a true story, man.
That's a great story.
Oh, I was shitting myself.
How long did they have you going for? Like a week or 2?
No, it was a couple hours.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because I was really distraught.
That's a long couple hours.
Training jiu-jitsu moves. Because Danzig was going to show up.
He's rolling around.
So Ronda Rousey.
He's rolling around in his living room trying to figure out a couple quick moves.
YouTubing karate.
I don't need that press. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, you do. Yes, you actually do need that press.
Oh, God.
Breuer and Danzig fucking threw down. That's good press.
Breuer's lazy eyes are now black eyes.
Oh, God.
We done here? I mean,
Yeah, we're done. We're good.
All right. You guys good?
Yeah,
I
we're
would sit here and just listen to you guys play all day. Trust me.
This is fun.
Songs from the Garage, Jim Breuer. Yeah, right on. It's going to be out next week, I think, right?
It'll be out this
Couple
Friday.
days.
This
Oh,
Friday.
Friday.
You can download. You can listen free on Pandora right now. Pandora premieres. And then, like I said, you want to see the live shows. I'm going to mix stand-up, this, and all that jazz. And I want to have comics on. So,
I need work.
So if you want
now apparently I do too. I just lost work.
I'm funnier than he is.
But seriously, I'm probably gonna have comedians.
Nice.
You know, we're gonna look at other musicians or whatever. So
Do a
it's
little
gonna be-
festival.
It's the Knitting Factory. The last 2 Mondays in July, and then the first Monday in August. So they're gonna be fun gigs. If there's comics or bands out there want to inquire, let me know. And all right. Festivals and all that jazz. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be awesome.
I hope.
Thank you to the band.
Yeah, Mike Tichy.
I was going to say, give him a shout out.
Good. Introduce yourselves.
Mike Tichy. He pronounces my name wrong. He's been doing it for 5 years.
I pronounce his name wrong all the
Tichy.
time.
That's all right. What impression
Tichy.
do you do?
I don't do any impression.
He doesn't do. He's so laid back. You know what blows my mind?
Yeah.
When you look at him right now. When I first met Mike, he had hair, really long hair, and it was up in a bun. Right.
Right. Oh, your top knot.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes. Exactly.
He was in for a while.
I'm just saying, the man bun.
But it was before man.
It was before. Okay.
How many people could pull off the man bun?
I know.
A lot of people are trying, though.
He had a man bun, and his beard was much longer than that.
Really?
And more
It's pretty
scrankly
fucking-
looking.
Really?
Here's the scary thing. You look at him.
Yeah.
Never smoked pot, doesn't drink, nothing.
Nothing. Straight edge.
I couldn't figure him out for nothing.
Don't check his history on his computer.
That was my next question. No, that was mine. I knew there was pussy in there somewhere.
There's some creep going on there.
There's porn.
He likes bathtubs in Europe. I don't trust it.
Something about eels and Germans.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Underage.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
What's your thing if it's not drugs and alcohol? What do you got going on?
It's just music, and
Just
I like
music,
yeah,
man.
I like
creamer. He's a fly and creamer.
We know that's not enough, Tishy. Come
I
on.
like taking baths too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
I took a bath this morning at the hotel.
I take baths.
You take baths?
Yes.
This was funny. We're in Europe.
I'm all right with it. This is high five.
We're touring, and that's, I go out. I think I stayed out to 5 in the morning, hanging out with a group of comedians. We're tearing it up. I almost got my ass kicked. We were in Belgium, and I was I was just being funny. I was making everyone there is just no one locks their bikes up. No one likes their bikes. They all just, and I went, how funny if there was an American dick here, there's nothing they could do about it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's your bike, taking it for a ride. I could license. Yeah. I'll be back in a minute.
Just take off with someone's bike.
What's your name?
Throw it in a canal.
Right. And that's what I was doing. I'm like, you ever do a ghost ride? Watch this. Bang, boom.
Ghost ride.
Right. So,
Ghost ride. I thought about that years.
bing, bong. And
I feel like that's a Long Island thing. The ghost ride.
I think it is.
I haven't heard that in years.
Oh, it's great.
So I'm saying all these things, and I'm acting out the character of a dick in Belgium.
Yeah.
Well, there's a guy. I'm not exaggerating. He had been about 6'5".
Was he
gorilla?
Was he the bartender?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big boy.
His name was Danzig.
Danzig.
The bartender.
Danzig, the German version of Danzig.
And he goes, excuse me, you got a problem with Belgium? And I went, what? Because you got a problem Belgium? I went, no, man, no. He goes, sounds like you got problem. And I went, okay, listen, Chief. I go, no. I'm making fun of Americans,
right?
Because and then there was, thank God, there was another guy he went up to. He's like, nah, man, you got this all wrong. You got this all wrong. Trust me, you got this all wrong. He's not making fun of Belgium. He likes Belgium, and he wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And he looked at me, and he looked at the guy, and he looked back at me, and he goes, maybe I have it wrong. Maybe.
Still not fully convinced.
Maybe.
Just a little doubt.
So the next morning, I'm like, I was up all night. I come, like, so Mike, what'd you do? And he goes, oh my God, that was the greatest bathtub I ever had in my life. Because I read a book,
lit some candle.
And it's like I lit a candle, read a book.
I took pictures of the bathtub and I send them to Jim.
Yes. So now when I go on the road, I always send, and that's kind of our joke too. Like if he doesn't like a song I do, or he doesn't agree with something I do, I'm like, you just lost all your bathtubs on tour.
That's it.
But Mike is also he's crazy competitive to the point where it's annoying. If we go out to eat, like we're going to go to breakfast after this.
That being competitive while you eat breakfast,
dude. If we go and you eventually just, it happens.
Right.
If we all go to breakfast after this, no matter what, he sits there and he waits for you to order, and as you're ordering, he goes,
Heckling.
Yes.
He's heckling your breakfast order.
What could be the problem?
A Western omelet? Really, a Western? I'll get an Eastern omelet.
And then he waits to order, and he goes, I win. And then now you want your meal to be better, and you get the meal, and he's like,
What do you order that's better than anyone else's?
I look at the menu, and then I have to see what everyone else gets, and then I go, if I hold mine in my head, and as it goes around the table, I wait to see if anyone I think matches up to mine, and then I'll either order what they order, so I don't lose, So I don't.
Right. What I don't. You can't make this up.
No, what I do.
He's fucking crazy. Bathtub Zen guy's going. No. Flapjacks, really?
Your lead guitarist is crazy. He's crazy.
Nuts. No, I want to because I don't want to be jealous of what he's eating across the table.
I wouldn't even know.
That's why we don't do a lot of breakfast in this band. He eats alone most of the time.
I've never noticed what you've eaten before.
You can't even make this up. You can't even make this up.
Now he does it. He does it too.
You're tormented.
And I have to say, it's spread. It's in my family now. Me and Dee and the kids go out and we start pairing up each other's meals, and we're heckling. I'm like, pasta, boring.
Sauce on eggs.
If that's what you're really into.
Guess you don't need protein.
Right.
And then
On
Joe.
base,
Joe.
He's a big dude.
Joe.
Joe.
He's a big boy.
Dude.
Speaking of big dudes. Yeah, no, play that. Exactly.
I was going to go with a transgender joke.
Exactly.
We're close to the bathroom.
Joe.
Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Yes, Joe.
Debates everything. Mm-hmm. If you say it's...
Wait a minute.
Joe,
I debate that.
His debate.
Yeah.
See? He goes, wait a minute. Hang on.
Hey, Joe, Moneyball, best movie ever.
Oh, that's the biggest lie, Moneyball. What a joke.
What?
They said the Boston Red Sox played Moneyball to win the 2004 World Series, but they had the two biggest sluggers in the history of baseball since Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth playing.
I just had to say
it's the exact opposite of Moneyball.
I didn't expect a voice like that to come out of a big dude.
that's true. Yeah. Right. That's true. I know. That threw me.
It was a bit nerdy, right?
All right, wait a minute.
Oh, no, we got a Danzig situation.
Don't go Danzig on us.
I'm never going to hear the end of that now. Yeah.
Look at it. It's a little helium. It's almost a little helium.
I hear more nerd.
I got a sinus infection.
For 30 years. A 30-year sinus infection.
Wait a minute.
I'll tell you what, though, it's been 5 years and Jim still hasn't been able to imitate me. You actually do a better job.
Thank you.
1 second.
Wait a minute.
Take it away, Jim.
Wait
a
guys, what are you talking about? See, that doesn't sound like me.
That doesn't sound like me.
Wait a minute.
You're making...
Wait a minute.
Actually, that is good.
That is good.
You're arguing the impression. You realize that?
He's playing Mike. Yeah, he's doing a Mike. He's like, oh,
This was the greatest argument in history.
Yeah.
We're doing a podcast, which is on your channel.
I know it is.
Okay.
Doing well. Thursday nights.
You guys might have heard this one. Mike, all Mike did, of course not. Mike brings up.
Wait a minute, you're not going to side with Mike, are you, Jim?
No. I'm not siding with either one of you, believe it. I just couldn't believe that grown men could get that emotionally involved. Mike talks about checking out at the grocery store. Something about checking out. This turned into a half-hour debate going into Christ and further and the stars and the universe. Dude, I just sat back. I was in shock to watch.
What was the argument about?
I was saying that I didn't like when people went into the self-check line.
Love self-checkout.
Right, with 40 items.
So
there's not an express self-check.
Exactly. Thank you.
Whatever you want in the self-check.
He said he gets mad when people bring coupons.
Because they're always crumpled up and they don't. The machine doesn't take it.
Does the coupons get accepted by the machine? That's the question.
And then does the machine accept coupons?
If you walk can you accept yourself? Wait a second.
That's the real question.
This guy needs to drink. You need to drink.
Wait a second. If you walk up with your dollar bills and you keep putting in, you're sitting there for an hour because they're crumpled.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to put them in and you're holding up everybody when you could just hand it to somebody in a normal line. No?
Wait a minute.
Just because. That wasn't me, by the way, out there.
No one agrees.
What's your argument on this? Well, I hate when people hold up the line. We could all agree with that.
When you open up his refrigerator, he has 3 things in it at all times. So you know he's never gotten 40 things in a self-check.
Yeah.
So,
I don't.
Just because. I don't
See what I'm traveling with?
This is my traveling. I should be able to go to the self-check line so I don't have to deal with the... Mike thinks it has to be express, and I disagree with that.
Dude, this is nice. They were in a pointing finger at the face.
It was 40 minutes.
It was 40 minutes of
2 shows.
of ready to kill each other.
Two
So
separate
anyway,
shows.
Did you expect this?
No, not at all.
They looked the part.
No,
They looked the part of a rock
This is
and
a
roll
new song, by the
hardcore
way.
band.
This is a new
This
song.
is a new song.
Yeah.
Just
So-
remember that.
Eric is the newest member.
He does the Danzig.
He's also, he kind of brings the light, young flair to the whole thing. Always smiling. Haven't traveled with Eric yet, and I haven't seen much of Eric outside of drumming, but I'm super excited to hang out. I'm super excited with Eric. Eric's a monster. And then
He's always in a bubble, by the way.
always in a bubble.
Bubble Boy.
He's always got that
Bubble
look
boy.
too.
Bubble Boy.
Now,
I'm like John Travolta in that movie.
Oh.
here's the greatest.
Down.
Metal Mike.
Metal Mike.
Now Mike, of course, amazing lead guitarist, all that jazz. Mike too, for some reason, don't ask me what I don't know if he gets upset, but sometimes we just crack up at just the way he is. And we're not making fun of him, but he'll just go, let me just go get a Pepsi. I'm like,
And he gives that look, which is even funnier.
And he'll get annoyed. It's like we were filming Old School, and all he did was go. So there was a part where he has to kick someone, right?
Yeah.
There's a drunk friend, and he comes up and he goes,
What's that?
Next week.
So he goes, can I do my solo, then kick him? And we all just howled with laughter. And he goes, why is that so funny? It's so... But here's what I love about Metal Mike. He really is metal.
Right.
Like, I'll go, Mike, you know who I love this band. He go, well... Let me show you Iron Maiden in 1980, and basically it's that riff, and they're taking that riff, so they're not rediscovered. And dude, this is when I loved him.
Right.
Like I couldn't believe this. He really is metal.
He knows his shit.
His son, I go, oh, what's your son's name? He goes, Steel. I went, wait a minute.
See, people find that funny, but I don't.
Right. He's getting mad.
No, he doesn't understand.
But this is the weirdest
He
band
genuinely
ever.
does not understand.
This is the best. So I go, Steel, wow. How'd you come up with Steel? He goes, my wife wouldn't let me name him Metal. This guy's the great. What was it?
Metal guy Rob Halford named my son.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
That's right.
You didn't tell me that.
Yes, I was talking to Rob, and I said, I'm having a son. Not myself, my wife. And he goes, name him Steel, bro. And I'm like, well, I can't argue with that.
Wow.
Yeah, if Rob Halford tells you.
So I told my wife, I said, if you don't put away that book of 1,000 boy names by the weekend, I'm naming him. And she couldn't find the name, so when your baby's born, you go to the hospital, and I'm just writing Steel, and I'm like, I can't believe this is going to be it. And I gave the lady the paper, and I'm like, it's official.
I gotta say, it's the coolest name for a boy ever. Steel. I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
That's a cool story.
That's all right.
Rob Halford, the metal guard.
Right.
Mike, sure, you just name him Steel like that?
That's how it went, exactly.
Yeah. Gonna have a boy, name him Steel.
This is an entertaining band.
Yeah.
To say the least.
You know what's really funny is the producer, Caggiano, is in Volbeat. When Mike was playing drums, and Mike...
He's the drummer on the album.
Mike is the drummer on the album, but when the other shows we did, he dresses close to being homeless.
What?
He always...
What?
Really?
Hold on a second.
Joe, would you argue with him
before
please?
this? Wait a minute. And what I meant by that was...
You get your clothes at the checkout line.
Wait a minute. What I would say is, he'd always have these sweatpants that drag.
Yeah.
They're too long, so they drag on the floor.
I just woke up.
I know, but that's what he would wear, right? But I just remember Caggiano. He's looking at us like Mike, Metal Mike. He dresses like he's ready to tear it up,
yes,
right?
absolutely.
He's metal. I would have a ridiculous out. I'm trying to look cool, and I just look ridiculous. I'd have a rock shirt. It doesn't fit.
And your running pants or something.
Yeah, I look ridiculous.
Kangaroo.
And I'll never forget Caggiano's from Brooklyn. Right? I mean, he's from the Bronx, so he's got this. Bro, we don't. He goes, bro, let me tell you something. You guys need a look. You gotta come up with a look. And that's why I finally went with like the shorts, where the garage guy. But before he gets there, he goes, your band, you should name the bus stop because that's what they look like.
This is my band, Greyhound.
Wonderful. The bus stops. And I really was this close to going, that's pretty funny, man.
Yeah.
The freaking bus stops.
hilarious.
But whatever.
All right.
Thanks for having us, man. This is fun.
You kidding me? You want to play one more while we're set up? I don't want to push it, though. But
I know they're looking at me.
I feel like Metal
Yeah,
Mike
man.
wants to just fucking rip it.
He
I
does.
always want to rip it.
All right, let me ask you something.
I always want to rip it. What's so funny?
I wish I could talk like that.
Why are you laughing?
Where are you from? What is that accent?
I was born in Poland.
Okay.
All right.
But, America's my home now, baby.
Dude, he was in Poland when the tanks would be in the streets and shit.
Yeah, I
and
used to go to school, and I'm sorry, Jim.
No.
I used to go to school, and everybody says you got to be home by 6 o'clock, otherwise you would get arrested on the street.
Jeez.
So we would visit my family in Warsaw, and when you go to the train, you got that arm that comes down. The arm would come down, and they would search the car. My dad would have to give soldiers like cigarettes to get into the Warsaw. Yeah, it's hardcore, no kidding around.
Crazy.
We would siphon gas
Right?
at night and put coupons, and look at us now, baby. Hanging with the Breuer gang. Living the dream, baby.
What a country.
I went from metal god to bus stop. These guys.
Brother's name is Curfew.
It's up to you guys.
Sound like Metal Mike, and you don't want to sound like me? Is that?
I don't know. I don't know why you would sound like that.
That's a little too high. Now, that's not that high.
I kind of feel like you sound like every black comic's impression of a white guy. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
what
are you
Fuck
talking
you,
about?
man.
Well, fuck you too.
Now I'm doing healing.
Okay.
Here, give this guy a guitar. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens there with the guitar.
All right, you got 4 strings, not 6, bass.
I could pick you up over my head and throw you.
I know you could, but you know what's not bass? Your voice. Your voice is not bass, okay? I'm kidding. I love you, Joe.
You better.
Oh, boy.
You better.
Let me ask something. Mike, are you able to do the pre-chorus? Don't give me money, don't give me fame. Nah, you know what? I'll wing it. Let's go for it.
You gave me the rim shot.
Yeah, screw it. Just do it. I wasn't comfortable with this yesterday, and I haven't been comfortable with this song yet.
We don't have to.
It's a high. It's hard to hit that high thing.
You can do it.
All right, let's go.
You can do it.
All right, this is old school.
You can do it.
All right. Shit.
Take a drink. Get ready. Loosen up.
I'm on a highway heading to hell. Step just wanna shoot to thrill with dirty deeds and their looks I kill. They can rock me like a hurricane, make me bark at the moon on a crazy train. They say that teen spirit buried it all. Well, guess what? I wanna rock with my balls to the wall. Run to the hills, ride the lightning above, and look out, I'm unchained. I ain't talking about love, no. Don't give me money, don't give me fame, don't give me therapy. I'm insane. I want old school rhythm-driven hard rock music for me. Turn up that old school rhythm-driven hard rock music for me. Gonna keep me alive till the day I die. When I hear this sound, it's like when the great James Hetfield once said, nothing else matters. This is my church. This is my therapy. This is my life. I want that old school rhythm-driven hard rock music for me. Turn up that old school rhythm-driven hard rock music for me. I want that old school rhythm-driven hard rock music for me. Turn up that old school rhythm-driven hard rock music for me. Gonna keep me alive till the day I die.
Come on.
That's the first time we
You
pulled
nailed
that
it.
off.
You did pull it off.
You
That was
nailed
fabulous.
it. Oh. That's old school off Jim Brewer's new CD, Songs from the Garage. This
See us in
project,
Brooklyn, Knitting Factory.
this fucking project's going to do really well for you,
I
man.
can't wait.
And the
I wanna bring
band is cool
comics.
as
It's gonna be
fuck.
fun.
It's awesome. How do they get the album? It comes out Friday.
Comes out Friday. We can get it anywhere, right, Chris? Anywhere.
But pay a few bucks for this fucking thing. Metal Mike's got to eat.
Yeah. Metal
Mike's
gotta feed Steel.
He's got to feed Steel.
He's got a new coat coming soon.
Yeah, I gotta
Drum.
feed the kids, buy some new patches for the vest, buy a record. Buy a record, don't be like the rest, suckers.
I would think that's a character, man.
Dude.
Oh, it's the best.
It's awesome. It's really awesome.
New patches for the vest.
Buy a record, don't be like the rest.
Right. All right, I think we got a lot out of you guys. I really appreciate this.
No,
Brewer.
thank you.
Jim Brewer, Songs
Kidding me?
from the Garage. Look for it and
Thank
download
you.
it. Pay for it, please. Don't fucking steal it. Even though
Whatever. Come see us live.
Did you write all these together, or did you write them?
It was a little bit of a mix. I wrote most. The guys would help out tremendously with the music.
Sure.
And then Caggiano did a lot. He wrote a lot too. He'd have me rewrite shit for hours. I wanted to smash his teeth. Because as a comedian, dude, you're used to, I know it works. So I would, like old school, it took me 5 takes, 5 weeks to finally come up with that. I had the riff. Metal Mike he came up with the riff that wah, boom, wah, boom, wah. And he was in the room, and I swear to God, it was like sex me. I'm like, oh, keep playing that, keep playing that. And I would, old school riff driven hot. And so, but the leading up to it, and then finally I was with Tichy.
Tishy.
And we were on the
He's the
road.
bath dude.
You
The
got
bath
it.
dude. You've known him for an hour and you got it right.
Yeah, I know.
My ears work.
So So he was in the middle of a bath.
And he's taking a bath.
He's taking a bath. He knocked on his door.
He's taking a bath, and I'm like, dude, check out these lyrics. And he came in, he's like, oh, this is the way to go. And it was it was just putting together all the bands.
No, that's what I loved about it. Yeah, I enjoyed all of it. I was sitting there naming them in my head as you were going through. I'm like, oh.
I think there's 14 altogether.
Oh, sweet. Oh, nice.
I think there's 14 altogether.
That might be the catchiest one I've heard so far.
It's catchy. Yeah, it's catchy.
And you hit it.
I like the No One's Better Than Us, or Who's Better Than Us.
Who's Better Than Us is a biggie,
really
too.
Catchy.
That's super catchy.
That's really catchy.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
I think we got to take a break.
Yeah.
So, Breuer and the gang, thank you so much. Once again,
thank you.
Once again, Songs from the Garage. Look for it, please. We'll be back. All right. We're back with Vic Henley, Jim Breuer, and Rich. I'm not trying your name. I'm just not trying
just
it, man.
do Rich is Funny.
RichIsFunny.com. Rich is funny. You were great.
Thank you, man.
I know you got to leave in a couple minutes to
I do. I
get
gotta
a green card or something.
No, my fiance's got to. We got to prove that we're legit, which we are.
Oh, not one of those.
Yeah, one of those interviews like you see in the movies.
The Dutch girl, yeah. He's got to prove that she's not green carded.
Yeah.
No, I get my info from what was the fiance show, 90 Day Fiance. You're not doing one of those, are you?
No.
You're not being filmed for TLC or something?
No.
Whatever the channel is.
No.
This is legit.
Where'd you meet her?
I told you, she stalked me on the internet.
All right.
And then we met and literally said 2 words to each other and made out for like 6 hours. And it was like corny, love at first sight. Yeah.
Well, how long's it been?
It's been about 2 years.
All right.
How's her English?
Perfect.
Oh,
better than mine. She corrects my. I'm like, hey,
better than mine.
Yeah, it really is. I'm like, can you correct this? And she's like, oh yeah, you have a spelling error here. This is not the right grammar. Way better than me.
Nice.
Yeah, she's great.
Have you been to Holland with her?
No, we're planning this summer. If hopefully
Listen,
summer.
I'm intervening here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I gotta go.
You have what? She's going to be losing her mind.
Oh, she's already losing.
You have a thing at 11 o'clock.
And you got to
11:05. I got
11:05. Get out of here now.
And
it's always better to be early.
He's jumping on a bicycle.
Yeah, he's going on a bike. I don't care what you're going on a scooter. Get out of here.
All right.
Be down there for her and be locked and loaded.
If you'd like to keep...
You want to show up at the last second? You don't want that. Trust me.
You're speaking
Rich,
from experience, Jim.
I'm on your side, though. If you leave, Vic's going to get your gig.
I know.
Yeah, come on.
He's already elbowed me out. If you need an opener, I'm funnier
Vic
than
is
this Jew.
cheaper. Let's go.
Cheaper. I'll work for free. I'll sell T-shirts.
Yeah.
Hey, wait to see this new merch I got, Vic.
I'll take a percentage.
The rock CDs.
Thank you so much for having me on.
It's been it's been a pleasure. Rich, and congrats on the marriage. It's happening soon.
Well, hopefully, if I don't
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
next time we see you, you'll be married.
Yeah. If you want to remember my name, it's Rich is Funny.
RichIsFunny.com.
Perfect.
And he really is. He's been on the road with Breuer for a while, and he kills.
I almost have to cut his time.
It's getting to that point.
I almost have to cut his
We'll
time.
do a split bill. I'll bring up Vic.
Just end your set sloppily, and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Just let it fall apart at the end.
I'll just got the end go, so what else you guys want to talk about?
How about those answering machines?
And I'll see you this weekend.
I'll see you
at
this
your
weekend.
wedding.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
We'll
Love
see
you,
soon,
Rich. Take care.
Thank you, man.
Rich is funny.com.
Thank you, guys.
And Breuer, who did, 3 songs from the album, then fooled around a little bit. That was awesome. The feedback on it was great.
Yeah, everybody's really liking it.
It was
Yeah,
great.
everybody's really liking it.
And then people coming up to me at the, here at Sirius XM going, holy fuck. You see all your old pals walking by the glass
That was awesome. Yeah, I like seeing everyone. I liked it. I had a good time here.
I always enjoyed it down here. We had a great time.
We had a great time. We were in that studio over there. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Listen, let me do this before we move on. So Jim Brewer's songs from the garage. You heard a few songs, hopefully. If not, listen to the replay. It was fucking fantastic. Anyway, Breuer signed 10 of these. We got 10 CDs.
Sweet.
Songs from the garage. So we'll just give them out to random callers right now. Let's just do that. So give us a call if you want. Songs from the garage, Jim Brewer's latest. It's really fucking good. I'm really happy for you because I know.
Thank you.
I know this. You've been working on this forever.
Forever.
For your entire career, basically.
Yeah, no, right.
It has been. It's been forever.
Forever.
Yeah. So once we tour this, Rob already wants to do another record. I too. I already got songs.
Really?
Yes. I got some great ones for the next one already.
So who was the old guitar player that used to come on? Larry? You ever see Larry? It
was Larry and Jimmy.
Larry and Jimmy. He had two buddies. There were two other musician
I
friends.
vaguely remember that.
But they used to come do the show with him sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But Larry was a good dude. Larry was pretty funny.
Larry was good.
Yeah, he was pretty funny.
Wait, you were going to tell a story. Did we need Rich?
No, and I don't remember.
And he
what
goes,
the story was.
fuck it. I said save it.
You did say save it. What the hell are we talking about?
Metal Mike. Something about him.
Was it Metal? No, wow. Fuck.
I know.
I knew we needed Rich.
Too. Yeah, exactly.
Because he goes, that story's so good, save it for the air.
Yes.
What were we talking about?
I don't remember now.
It pops in.
Exactly.
You might have to text Rich.
Yes.
He's going to have to text us back
Remind us what we were
as
saying.
he's on his bike downtown.
It's really funny because his wife is beautiful.
Yeah.
But at first I wasn't. I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here?
Too hot for him? She's too hot for him? Is that what you're insinuating?
Hold on a second.
Some sort of Make-A-Wish Foundation?
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, she's, I go, where is she from? She's from Holland. I went, oh. Is she legal? No. He's like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. Yeah, okay. But
it's not like that.
No, it's not like that.
Brewers, you're good that way.
Yeah, I can spot that a little.
No, you did that with me. You made sure I was all good back in the day.
Right. Do we have a gold digger? What do we got going on here?
Oh, no shit, really?
Yeah, he's good that way. He looks out for his friends. I remember. I remember when he was like really studying the situation.
Tell me more about yourself.
Right. I'm like, wow, he ain't fucking playing.
I like that. That's a good friend.
He's a good friend.
Yeah, you don't need a gold digger or anything like that. You just gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful.
What are we up to? 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Brewer came sniffing around, making sure everything was on the up and up.
Where
I'm like,
did
I like
you-
this
Exactly.
guy.
Yes.
Right.
Where do you see yourself?
How did you guys meet exactly?
I remember Brewer and D were judging me. It was backstage at a show.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
I was telling them how happy I was that they were asking all sorts of questions way past the basics. I'm like, wow.
I always, I gotta go
You're
deep,
good.
man.
You're good. God, I wish I remembered that story, but
I know, I don't either. I don't even know if it was about Rich or...
Can you text them? Just because my OCD's going to kick in.
Yeah,
my OCD's going to kick in.
No, I know how you mean.
Oh, actually, yeah, let me call him.
Yeah, let's,
And I'll, hold on
Say,
a
what the hell
second.
were we talking about? Then you need to remind us.
That's so funny. Two dummies.
And,
I'm so excited.
oh, this is good.
He's on the bike.
Which is really funny. He's on his freaking bike. Dude, if you saw him show up with that guitar and the amp, it was the funniest thing.
He was ready. That's ready. Making a move. He's not going to answer.
Nah.
No, let him. He'll. Come on, Rich.
Oh. Hello, this is Rich. I can't speak right now.
Hey, it's Rich Aronovitch. Please.
Hey, it's Rich Aronovitch.
Hey, it's Rich Aronovitch. Hey.
And then the dude in your band that's like he's a mountain and he talks like that.
Big Joe.
You got some characters, man.
Characters.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like every time we go to eat that I'm self-conscious about what I order now.
That was so funny. He's food shaming.
That's weird.
He's food shaming.
Right.
That is.
And he'll do this. You'll order. He goes, for some people.
Yeah.
For some people.
And you go, this guy's out of his mind. He's very competitive.
I have a friend, Stork. When he orders, it's like he's making love. He talks about exactly how he wants everything prepared. And it's like he's making love to a woman. Wants to make sure everything's just right. He'll talk about the bacon for like a minute. Not too crispy, not too... It's got to be just right.
Sizzling, just perfect.
Exactly. But he's almost like talking dirty to the waitress. I'm like, holy shut the f- will you just order your fucking food? We're at a fucking Denny's. How good could this place be?
So he's not going to answer. I got to find out the mystery of Rich Aronovitch. Where's he going on his honeymoon? Do you know?
I don't think he knows yet. And
women always
so you need to figure it out in 4 days, stupid.
Women,
what are you
really
doing?
enjoy
Wait,
it.
he doesn't have a honeymoon planned. He's getting married this coming weekend?
He's this weekend. He's got a really cool, he's got something lined up every day. It's a whole weekend wedding.
That's what I did.
So it's every day. They have different plans, games. They have a family feud thing. He's got really cool stuff going on.
Her people are coming over from Holland, I wonder?
Yes. I've met her parents, and they're from Israel.
Oh, wow.
So they live in Holland, but they're from Israel. Sure. And it's just, it's hard. He has some great stories. Like, he went to Israel, and he's talking about he went to college, and he transferred to Israel, and he was sitting there when the freaking martyrs. He didn't know what was going on. And all of a sudden, just he heard kaboom, and people just started running. And he's like, "What's going on? What's going on? The Palestinians they're blowing." And he was running the street, and they have like rescuers. He said a truck came and just screeched and went, get in. And he jump in his truck, and they bring him to this outlet where it's bomb free and all this jazz. I'm like, what?
That's why would you jump in anyone's truck? I know all hell's breaking loose around you, but now you're jumping in someone's truck.
You're just jumping in a truck to save your life at any second.
Next thing you know, they give you an orange jumpsuit to put on.
I'll have the falafel and
I'll have the hummus. No, the Hamas.
They say Beirut's awesome, actually.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I saw it on Anthony Bourdain's show.
I love
right?
it. Yeah.
And they love the energy there. They loved how it's just fucking crazy.
Corey,
is that him?
Yeah.
Put him on speaker.
Hey, Rich. Hold on a second. So I get you on speaker. Remember right before you left, we were talking about, wait, hold it. We got to hold that story. What were we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, here we go. Say it again.
When we were on Shiprocked, and Mike,
Oh, yeah.
he thinks I'm a lackey. And he goes, hey, get me a Heineken, and while you're at it, get yourself one from the cooler.
I remember. Okay.
They're on the metal cruise. You're on the metal cruise.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Wait, do we want to ask him about Israel with the bombs?
He just hung up.
All right.
You know what? It's worth... It'll suck while he's on a bike.
Right. We'll
like
bring
you
him back.
really... I've been fat. I would sit there and went, why aren't you writing this as a film? This is it's fascinating to listen to his stories. And he went there to be a lawyer and he didn't want to be a lawyer, and that's when he was getting into the drugs and all that jazz.
Wow.
He was nuts. You knew him in the Nutso days.
Yeah, I knew him, yeah. I did.
Wait, that guy used to be Nutso?
Yeah.
Nutso.
Crazy. Yeah.
Really?
Crazy.
That's why I said...
How bad?
Party crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He got arrested for... Which... I don't want to. Oh no! I don't want to promote it, but it's really hard not to laugh when he tells the stories.
Oh no! Which one?
Like he hit rock bottom. He went to jail because he's with, I guess, a bunch of comics or whatever, and they're out in the street, and the meter maids are giving tickets, and he thought it'd be really funny to take the air out of the meter maids' cars.
I remember this. Yeah, I know this.
And so,
how much trouble can he get in for that?
Well, that's a cop car.
Yeah, it's a cop car, basically.
Yeah, see, that's bullshit. The cops, we all know cops. They hate that the meter maids are part of their group now. It used to be separate, but they used to get beat up so much that the NYPD had to put an NYPD uniform on them so they wouldn't get harassed anymore.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
So, you know, Vic.
No, I've lived here forever.
All right, go ahead.
So anyway.
Yeah, no, so he got arrested, and so he's in jail, and he tells a story of being in prison. He's like this little Jewish-looking kid, and he's in jail with a bunch of savages. And it's like, what'd you do? I let air out of the tire. So he was really, I guess he was wild for a while, and then he sobered up. I've only known him in his sober years and his years of doing good by everyone. But
I can't even imagine that.
You wouldn't even know. Me either.
I've only known him a couple of years through you. So
and I know his personality is very uplifting, and funny, and optimistic. So I'm sure when he partied, very much like myself, I was the stand on the table. Let's all put on a Viking hat and let's take over the town. And something tells me Rich was that way too.
Man. You know, when we were at Bonnaroo, I was hosting the show, and he's backstage. And I'm like, I go, just ask anybody if they got any pot and see what happens. And he walked down and said, "Does anybody got any pot?" Like 400 joints came running. They were running to the front with bowls out, trying to get him to smoke on stage, and then everybody else just stayed in their seat and started just throwing loose joints at him. And he looks at me. I'm backstage. He looks at me. I'm like, I fucking told you. Look. I go pick those up. Pick those up.
Did you get a broom out?
So yeah, but it was so we had a good time that year. That was really fun. We saw a lot of good shows.
Remember were you part of the whole parking lot afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
I found this video.
What's the parking lot thing?
I got to look at it. Was me, Larry, my friend Larry.
That I was talking about earlier. Yeah.
Corielli.
Yep.
And Corielli is by far. My definition of Corielli is this. Every time he would speak, and every time I look at him, I just hear the song "Night Train" by Guns N' Roses. So whenever Corielli, Night Train, that is the definition. Now I leave. Corielli doesn't know what kind of gig this is going to be. We're playing Bonnaroo. He's like, "Bro, man, I don't know." And I got him this gig, and he's like, "Man, I don't know all these hippies. I don't know what's going on here." And I show up, and I had to go to a different tent for press. So I drop Corielli off, and he's miserable. It's raining. I leave. I come back half hour later. I open up the trailer.
They had a trailer for us.
And I think it was you, Garfield,
Charlie Murphy. No, when Charlie Murphy was around a little bit there.
Charlie was in there. It was you. What's his name? Garfield. Black guy. Garfield?
Godfrey.
Excuse me.
Godfrey.
Godfrey, who has a cowboy hat. You, my friend Larry, and Corielli, who also somehow found a cowboy hat, and they're jamming like out of their mind.
Right. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
High, drunk, completely out of their birds. I said, well, clearly you fit right in, and you're okay. Fine. It was a party from the minute they showed up. It was nuts.
Yeah, look at me. I'm wearing shorts on stage.
Wow.
That's hideous.
Bonnaroo 2006 with Vic Henley.
Yeah, it was really...
Was that Tom Papa?
Yep, Tom Papa.
Look at Tom Papa.
Louis Black. Louis Black. No, it was really fun. That's Dimitri Martin. Yeah,
right.
That's
Garofalo.
That's Garofalo. Patton.
It's really annoying because I haven't been back there. It really bothers me.
Yeah, that's... so the metal cruise. That's what he wanted.
Oh. We're back to the...
So what was that story?
Well, he told it wasn't as funny, but again, why Metal Mike is just funny.
Yeah.
He's on stage, and we brought Rich, and Rich is like, "I'll do anything. I'll help with the band. I'll help whatever you guys need. If I can go on the cruise." I went, "All right, well, you're not going to be able to do time." But he's like, no, whatever. So we bring him on the cruise. It's a full-blown metal, hard rock, Five-Finger Death Punch. And
love those guys.
I love them, too.
Anthrax, the Anthrax. It's a hell of a lineup, yeah.
Where's the lineup on this?
Well, the one we went on was Five-Finger Death Punch, Tremonti, Papa Roach. But when we were,
I hadn't thought about them forever. That's just goofy. I hadn't thought about them forever.
So now Metal Mike is starting to be like, now Metal Mike comes from Halford. So he toured big places and big arenas, and now it's downsized quite a bit. And so he's like, can I bring my tech? I went, dude, I can't afford to bring the tech. This is not happening. We're starting from ground zero here. This is not going to happen. Right. So I think not that he was upset, but it was awkward for him. He has to go on stage. He has to set up his guitar, and like musicians that have been around, they're not used to that.
Yeah.
Right. Now, by this time, Rich is now the kind of the pony boy. Hey, can you get me this? Can you get me this? And now Mike kind of brings him in, and he's like, Rich goes, you guys need anything? No, we're all good. We're all good. He goes, I can really use a Heineken. And you know what? While you're there, get yourself one as well. So we're just laughing up. Asses up. But the funniest part was Metal Mike. He treats everything, as you can see. Oh yeah, the way he dresses in life, and he like wipes down his wires and plugs them in a certain way, and he's just so now I do stand up before the set, and I go up on stage. Look at this, I see a picture. I go up on stage, and I'm all over the stage, and I unplug all his stuff by accident. I kicked it with all my, and I couldn't help but laugh because I knew he was going to be so angry. Yeah, but he can't. Now the band, Joe and Mike, are howling. They're like, they can't. It's just so funny. So Mike now comes on stage where I'm doing stand up, and he's trying to plug everything in. He's annoyed. He's a distraction. And I go, everything all right, Mike? And he just looks up at this face. He goes, you just keep doing your little comedy thing, and we'll figure this out.
Your little skits and sketches. Continue on with your frivolity while I fucking clean up the mess you just made.
Exactly. And he told me, and then we were off stage, he's like, you and Sebastian Bach, you got this whole fucking stage, but you elect to stand in front of my shit and kick it and pour water on it. And you and Sebastian, sit fucking still. You're all over the fucking place.
You're in good company if you're in company.
Right.
He's got you in the same conversation with Sebastian Bach. Right. Would you have ever thought that you would be in the same conversation with Sebastian Bach?
You guys are bouncing like rabbits nonstop. Oh, God.
Too good. I think we should start wrapping up.
Let's wrap it up.
I want to play Night Train now.
Dude,
where are you going in Cleveland?
Every time I hear... I'm playing Cleveland?
It looks like it. Right there's Cleveland somewhere.
Where?
Let's cue up Night Train.
There's no Cleveland.
Yes, it is, right above Woodstock. Go down
right
the other
above
way.
Woodstock?
Where is it? Keep scrolling. Oh, the other way. Up. No, the other way, right? See, Cleveland.
Stop.
Oh, yeah, Roverfest.
Oh, Roverfest. Okay.
Part of Rover's
That's the band.
The band's playing Roverfest. That's pretty cool in Cleveland, July 30th.
Ooh, I might have to make that, Brewer.
Have you been to that?
No, my girl lives in Cleveland, though, so I could probably...
you should come out.
Yeah, I should swing that.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Dude, you're not having a summer, according to your schedule.
I'm going to have...
No, I said that.
Holy fuck.
I needed June off.
June to chill.
And then it starts.
And then July it starts. And then what I want to do in October is announce a big tour with the band and doing the whole big show.
Right.
And then, like I said, you want to come down in those Brooklyn dates.
I'll come see I'll come see it at the Knitting Factory.
Come do a set or whatever. I'm excited about the Knitting Factory because I got these Muppets.
Muppets?
Dude, I've got a Ozzy Muppet, a Hetfield Muppet.
What?
And
really?
Yes. And I'm getting a Brian Johnson Muppet.
Dude, we got Muppets.
Does Brian Johnson know that No, he has no idea.
No.
Who made your Muppets?
This guy works in Hollywood. Cost me a lot of money.
No shit, it did.
And he said...
Is there pictures anywhere of the Muppets on your phone at least?
Oh, God.
You got Muppets.
Probably not now. I erased them.
So who's going to work the Muppets?
I work it. I work the Muppet.
As you're singing?
No. These would be like bits.
Oh, okay.
These would be like bits.
Okay. Wait, like actual Muppets?
Yes.
Like this shit?
Yes.
Yeah. No kidding.
I want to do shit like, just the four of them together. Like maybe I want to. We got ideas.
All right, you're working it out.
Yeah,
Jimmy's working it out.
I already know it.
But he's got Muppets.
But I want to do that in the Knitting Factory. It's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Holy fuck, Muppets!
I like to bring out my friend here.
Yeah, someone. I got a little buddy.
Yeah, like 2-second bits. I got a bit. I always thought. Remember when we used to do comedy covers?
Yeah.
We used to do comedy covers.
I remember that concept.
And it never really took off. But now I'm like, oh my God, if I do them with rockers, I wasn't thinking back then. We do I got Brian Johnson, and I'm going to do Brian Johnson doing Kinnison bits.
Jesus.
Because it makes
that's
sense.
good. That makes perfect sense, yeah.
And it's funny, and it makes sense. Hetfield, dude. The Hetfield is so funny. It's all going to be sight gags. Because he's just a one-line funny guy. Yeah. So if you just say, he takes out the baby on board. He's like, baby on board! Yeah! Baby on board! Yeah! Yeah! So you take a piece of wood, he chucks it. My favorite animal is woodchuck! Yeah! He only does like 5 jokes.
Someone has reached middle age in this studio.
Seriously. That's stupid and funny. I think that's funny.
It's awesome. Muppets.
That Monster in a Box. You've seen that movie thing they did where they've got the therapist, Metallica.
Oh yeah.
I think it's Monster in a Box. That's one of the funniest goddamn.
Some kind of monster.
It's something like that. Yeah, some kind of monster. That's what I said. I said something.
Some kind
wrong.
of monster was awesome. That therapist was fucking weird.
Yeah, that was most. And he was charging them like $40,000.
And then he got bummed out when the band said, "Look, we don't need you anymore."
Yeah, because he was raping them.
He started feeling like he was part of the band.
Kind of
I help bands for $40,000 a day. What?
No, you guys.
Did the guys tell you the inside story of that whole thing?
No, I think
I can only
you
imagine.
saw what the story was.
Yeah, they actually left it all out there.
Yeah, no,
they didn't really hold back. You're right.
Yeah, you saw everything. They didn't hold anything.
Never seen
back.
Metallica, some kind of monster. It's great.
It's interesting.
All right, let's get out of here. We got a lot out of Breuer today, man. Holy fuck. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Songs from the Garage is coming out Friday. If you're just tuning in today, please listen to the replay. Jim did 3 songs from the album.
Yeah.
We got the third out of you.
I didn't think I'd pull the third one off.
And that was my favorite one, too.
Absolutely.
Old school.
They all were great, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else, Breuer? Go Mets, go.
Go Mets. Friday, first pitch. And just the album, man. Please go to the Knitting Factory. It's going to be great shows.
All right, that's going to sell out.
I don't know. They're 900 seaters, and it's 3 different weeks in a row. It's more like they're fun warm-up gigs.
All right.
So, we'll mess around with songs. I'm going to do bits. I'm going to do stand-up. We're going to do storytelling.
Right.
It's going to be pretty. I'm excited about the shows. I just want people to see them. It'll be pretty awesome.
We'll push it from over here.
And the tickets are cheap. I think I'm doing a door deal, so it's like...
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it'll do well. Yeah. It's going to do very well. Vic, come back tomorrow.
Okay.
Let's just do this again.
Might as well.
Awesome.
Vic Henley.
Always great seeing Vic.
Yeah,
Vic rules.
I always feel so good when I see Vic.
Love doing. He knows how to do radio. I love doing radio with Vic Henley, man.
So, no, we had so much fun in Tennessee.
What am I? Live from Lou's Cruise.
Live from Lou's Cruise, yeah.
iTunes.
We'll be back tomorrow.
All right, let's play Night Train. We'll get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
And my good friend Corielli makes me laugh.